Wait, hold on. Can I unmute you? You can hear me.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I can hear you
there you
now.
go.
Okay, cool.
There you go. There you go. What's
Nice.
going on, man?
Yeah, nothing much, nothing much. Yeah, excited for today's stream. Yeah, had a good weekend. Yeah.
Love it, man. Yeah. So, guys, we got John back. I guess you didn't hear anything I just said, but this is our first Monday back on PFM TV. So we completed a full week, but I don't think we didn't stream on Monday. So this is our first Monday ever. So that's pretty exciting. Really cool to get you back on, man. I think today we'll probably get into some trade ideas, maybe. Whatever
Yeah.
you want to talk about, man. So how are you doing exactly? How was your trading week?
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to just jump into trading today. We definitely talked about PFM last week, so today can just be full out trading and strategy. So super excited about it. So last week I did have a green week, but
Nice.
Friday did not disappoint. So I was
Friday
up.
was tough.
Yeah, I was up on Friday and I call it getting sucked into the market, where I just I think I had just a little too much time and took one too many trades and ended up a bit red. But
For sure.
overall it was a green week. But you know, I'm not perfect. There's still things I need to work on. So just took it as a learning lesson and kind of reflected on it over the weekend.
Yeah, Friday was kind of similar to me. I ended up being able to close green on the day, but I think I was getting a little cocky, bro, because I hadn't taken a loss yet on stream. So,
Mhm.
and I knew it. As soon as I talked about that, I like tweeted about it. I said it on
Yeah,
stream. I immediately took 2 back-to-back losses, just like boom, boom.
that's
Uh, yeah.
I hear you, bro. Like that's the thing with me. I'm very careful because at this point I recognize myself when I say something out loud. Like it, you know, I'm very careful what I say because it will affect my trading day that day. Like I'll just get on my high horse or whatever. Like, oh, I just said this, and now I'm like this great trader, and all of a sudden I end up messing something up. So, yeah, I hear you.
Dude, without fail for me too, without
Yeah.
fail. Yeah, but I mean, I did end up closing green, so I'll get my chart up real quick. We could maybe go over what I'm seeing. I haven't done any analysis over the weekend. Like honestly, this is my first minute getting back into the charts right now. So, um, I'm interested. I know that I took a quick peek. I think we were just grinding up again, which is like no surprise. Did you have a hard time yesterday or on Friday? Because were you trying to catch a sell off? Like it was looking like a clean sell off, or like what was the issue for you?
Yeah, so I was looking for a sell-off near the end of the day, but it was pretty clear to me that we weren't going to have like a really strong sell-off. In my mind, though, I was envisioning a strong sell-off near the end of the day,
Yeah,
just because the way the market's been moving, and like I still think there's more sellers around than
I'm
buyers.
hoping too. Yeah,
Yeah, so but my charts, the reason I didn't have full confidence is because my charts were telling me something very interesting, which I can go over. Basically, it was like
yeah.
we were in between two big 4-hour ranges. ES, like it's crazy how it played out. Like ES, we were inside of a range, and Q, we were outside. So it was like it was kind of a coin flip near the end of the day. So
You know
uh,
what? Do you want to get your charts up and kind of show what you were going over?
yeah, definitely, definitely.
We could
Let
do
me go.
that, and I'll mark off my levels for the day. Like you said, I got to tie my shoes real quick. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure. Um, all right, let me make
By the
sure.
way, chat, how you doing, chat? It's good to see you. I'm seeing like regulars now, John. So we got regulars in here every day, which is awesome. How's everyone doing? I hope your weekend was well. We definitely have some giveaways to do today. We actually got a pretty cool sponsor tomorrow. I don't know if I could announce it today. I don't know if we're saving it as like a surprise tomorrow. I'll find out. But tomorrow is going to be a really fun day, so make sure to tune in tomorrow as well. But we're going to be running some giveaways as usual and just taking some trades.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So yeah, you're sharing your screen. Yep. Nice.
Yeah. Do you want to get your? Oh, you got your screen up now. Okay, let me pull that up. There we
Okay.
go.
Cool. So yeah, I'll try to dissect this a little bit because I do want this to be educational as well. Like I want users who see my charts to understand what I'm saying because it can be a lot. So essentially, I have the 4-hour. So this here on the left is the 4-hour, and I have a bigger screen here on my right where I have these charts up. But at the moment, like it's a little bit. Hopefully, it's visible and you can see everything.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, we can.
all right, nice, nice. So this is the 4-hour here on the left. This is the daily. So essentially, I'll show you kind of like a sneak peek into how I mark up levels. So I'll make this bigger actually. So what I do this on every time frame: daily, 4-hour, hourly, 15-minute, and 5-minute. So this is the 4-hour, and basically the way with volume profile, the way I work with it is I use the fixed range tool, which is um, here in TradingView. It's under the projection drop down, and it's called fixed range volume profile.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my shortcuts here at the bottom, so I can quickly access it. But yep. What I look for is just sideways ranges, right? Because this is where we know buyers and sellers were trying to figure out where the fairest price to do business was. And these get respected really, really well. So let me make sure. Okay, cool. Let me go to the 4-hour here. Yeah. So as you can see, there was a sideways range here. I marked it up. And this is what we're trying to resolve. Basically, buyers and sellers are trying to resolve this price action here.
Mm-hmm.
So if we zoom into like the 1 minute, for example, you can see how well these levels are respected, right? So in Friday's session, let's see, this is Friday. Yeah. So what ended up happening, like we didn't get above it on in Thursday's session. Then we got here, and you can see, like I'm not the only one looking at these levels. We had a nice bounce here, and then we oscillated around the value area low. So this is where like a little battle took place, right?
Can I ask you a quick question? So, do you have the value area high, low, and point of control marked? Is that are those the three key levels inside the range for you?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
this is the value area high,
Yep.
POC, and value area low.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we see sellers try to get below it. They couldn't, and this is on ES, by the way. This is ES. So we try to find acceptance below, to get to have a sell-off, but buyers were still in the mix. So once we tried many times, sellers tried many times to get a sell-off and didn't. This is where, like, you can see here how clear this is to get an entry, because what you do is you put it together. You say, okay, sellers couldn't get below that range. So once we pop back into it and back test it, you had two good entries right here. You could have got this and then this here.
Yeah, you get reacceptance back into the range, and then usually a rotation, right? From what, like in this case, the value area low rotates up towards the point of control once it gains acceptance back into the range, right?
Exactly. So I could draw it like X's and O's, like what was it? O's is offense.
Yeah.
And X is defense. But yeah, now offense wants to get to the other side here. Right. So then if we look at NQ, this is where this is actually, no, they were telling similar stories. NQ, let me see. Yeah, so I have these ranges drawn up on NQ, this one and this one on the 4 hour. Yep, on NQ.
Do you primarily trade NQ or ES?
I just trade NQ, but I watch ES for correlations. So yeah, let me know if we're jumping too much into technicals right away, because maybe we are, but
no, I don't think so. I mean, we're just giving an overview, kind of what we're seeing right now. I like it.
Nice, for sure. And then I have the daily. There's nothing too good on the daily as far as ranges. Like right now, like this is where you talked about last week, like developing value area. So right now we're developing value, I would say, right? Because we're going a little bit sideways here. Nothing stands out to me as like previous market history that would give me like a good range. The 4 hour is clearer for me. So yeah, that was kind of my trading day. And then if we go to, I know this is going to look a little bit small, but again, on a bigger screen, this is a little bit more visible.
For sure.
But so for example, this is what I do every morning, like as I mentioned, like tying my shoes. So every day before the session starts, and I could even do it now in this stream, I mark up the regular trading hours high, the regular trading hours low, the previous day close, the overnight high, overnight low, the open, and then yesterday's value, the previous day value, which is right here. So that gives me like a picture. So on Friday, we were just dancing around the value area high of the previous day.
Yep. Yeah, so it's funny because this is why I wanted to learn how you use volume profile, because I specifically only use the previous days. So I used the previous days value area low, point of control, value area high. For me, the fixed range, I know it's a really useful tool. It's like super, super powerful, but the discretion you need to like map out the right range, or like, because I know like pulling a fixed range profile on a very defined like 4 hour range like you had, that's pretty cut and dry. But do you ever pull one on like a big up move or a big down move, specifically that just that price leg?
Yeah, so that's a great point. So it is a bit of an art, because how you view those ranges is a little bit subjective, but I've done it enough now where I trust my analysis and the ranges that I pick. And it's really subtle. It's just like, I can kind of go through it, but the more you do it and the more you see how price reacts to the ranges that you've drawn, the more confidence you start to have that, okay, I'm pretty good at drawing ranges. And it takes practice for sure. Like you have to, it's like you're a range finder at that point, like looking for those ranges. And to touch on, the next question, breakouts, I don't love breakouts. Like it's crazy to say, because when there's a breakout, I don't have a lot to go off of. I don't have a lot of information to go off of. So yeah, we could keep ripping and that's fine. Then it can rip without me. But in breakouts, like what I do is I go to the lower time frames. And if it's a really strong breakout, then I use the lower time frame ranges to potentially make a play if I can see continuation in the market. So just as an example, like these are my intraday levels. And then I have the hourly right here. So as you can see, there's a lot more ranges on the hourly because there's a lot more sideways price action. So I literally just look for sideways ranges, and I've trained my eye to look for these, and that's basically it. So there's a lot here, but if we zoom into the 1 minute, you'll see like how the ranges are respected. So basically, I just use the daily, 4 hour, and hourly for entries and exits. And if price is moving really rapidly, then I'll look at the lower time frame ranges, because price will respect those if price is moving very fast. Um, so you can see here, like this is the hourly on ES, and like yeah, we held this near the end of the day. So this is what I meant about game theory, right? So on Friday, oh no, today's Monday. Yeah, I don't trade the open or the overnight session, but here's a good example, right? So like on Friday, this is Friday and Sunday. Okay, yeah. So right here, like this is a good example where, what time is it here? Yeah, this is closer to the end of the day. So this price action here is closer to the end of the day. And the way I view it, along with like I look at all the data, but what's the likelihood near the end of the day that we're going to rotate to the other side of this hourly range? It's not likely. So where do buyers hold? Here and here, right? Here and here. Like here, I mean, that's a lot of points on ES, but those are two good plays. One, because the hourly level, they're stronger than lower time frames, hourly and 4 hour. And two, you just start putting it together. Like, what's the likelihood that we're going to get here, right? At the end of the day, not like
Becomes less and less likely towards the
Yeah.
as we get closer to the close.
right. Exactly. Yeah, and you could just see how price respects these volume profiles. Like, these are small scalps. Like scalpers love this, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you just get little scalps here. Yeah, and
So for today, based off like the way you're viewing the market, if you had to pick today, are you more short biased going into the open? Are you more long biased? Or are you like neutral?
yeah. So I haven't done my analysis yet, but if you'd like, I could do my analysis, because I usually do this 2 hours before the session ends, or 1 hour before the session ends. But if it's not too boring, like if people want to see me do
Oh,
this, I can go
no,
ahead.
not at all. I think we could definitely go over that. And guys, by the way, we also I wanted to say we have another guest coming on later. I just wanted to let everyone know we have Claudia Trades. So she'll be on at 9:30, and that'll be at the open. But yeah, I'm super down to see you set it up.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So I'll go ahead and start. So this is what I do pretty much every day. So yeah, the company keeps me busy most of the day, and if I have like even 30 minutes or an hour to trade, I'll do it at the end of the day. So what I end up doing is, like, first I'll turn on my regular trading hours, because I only want to see the regular trading hours for my levels initially. So
Interesting.
I'll mark up the regular trading hours high of Friday. Yeah, Friday. The regular trading hours low is right here. Then the previous day close, it's this pink line I have up here. Then I mark up we don't have the open yet, because we're still in pre-market. It's still the overnight session.
Do you mark that like the opening candle print?
Yes. Yep. That's actually the indicator, or the line that gives me the most information.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it gives me
Yeah.
the most. Yeah. And then I'll switch over. So I mark up the value area of yesterday on the 15-minute chart. Not sure why. I think the 15-minute just gives me like a good representation of the previous day's value area. And then
That's interesting. Yeah, because I also like the 15-minute or the 30-minute.
Yep.
I prefer the 30-minute for whatever reason, but they're usually pretty close, the levels.
Yeah, exactly. So then I just line up these lines. Like I bring up the session volume profile. It's just an indicator that maps it out automatically. But then I put my lines, just so I don't have too much stuff on my chart. Then I have that, and then I go to the electronic trading hours, or the overnight session, and I mark up the overnight high and the overnight low.
Oh, you know what? There's something that I'd like to ask you about actually. So when you're marking out your previous day's value areas with the volume profile, are you doing that off regular trading hours?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you don't include the electronic trading hours or the overnight volume into account.
Mm-mm. No.
Can you explain why? Because I use ETH. That's the way I was taught, so I've just stuck with it. But I do know that some people prefer to do what you're doing with the regular trading hours.
Yeah, the reason why is that there's just not enough volume in the overnight session. So it does contribute somewhat to the value area, but for me, it's not enough to want to include it. So that's the only reason I
Yeah,
don't.
fair enough.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So now I have like this gives me some information, and James Dalton talks about it. He talks about the overnight session being either net long, net short, or neutral. So for me, I would call this neutral, pretty much. The overnight
Yeah.
session is pretty neutral. It's not like this. It's not like this. Like because what he ends up saying is like 60 to 65% of the time you'll have a counter trend auction to the overnight session, depending if it was net long or net short, right? So for me, I got nothing. This is neutral. Like it's just sideways pretty much from the previous day close. Um, so yeah, it's a little bit
Yeah.
long, right? The previous day close, it's kind of long, but not really.
So would you say like on the days where the overnight sessions are long and mostly it looks like they're net long, does that aid you in like, determining a short bias to stop out all of the net long traders from the overnight?
Um, yeah, because I don't trade the open. I don't trade the first 6 hours of the day. I rarely use that kind of strategy.
Oh yeah,
Um,
okay, because you trade in the PM session primarily.
exactly, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. So for example, like if the market was net long and we had a counter trend auction, um, yeah, and when I say auction, so like James Dalton says it very well. The market is a two-way auction, right? It is an auction, right? Like if you go to an auction house
Totally.
or thing and there's buyers and sellers, that's what the market is. Um, so let's say we do, we were net long and we had a counter trend auction uh, to that, but we weren't able to recover, right, and go back long, and we just did something like this. Then that's when I start to piece it together. Like, what are the odds that we're just going to do this? Um, and it's very like actually that's what happened on Friday. Something
Yeah.
similar happened on Friday, but I have to piece it together everything my ranges, my intraday levels. I have to put all that together to get a map of the market.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. It's really interesting seeing how people use volume profile differently because there really is a lot of variations that you can go with. If you want, I could go over my charts real quick and
Mhm.
explain what I'm looking at. So I got some of my levels put on here. So similar to you, John, the first thing I'm doing is marking off my session volume profile. So I use the same indicator. SVP is the indicator, guys, session volume profile. And I mark off my previous day's low, previous day's point of control, value area high, previous day's high. In this case, our value area low is really close to the POC. So just for the sake of keeping my charts clean, I'll just leave that one out. Um, and then after that, this is really the extent I am using the volume profile. I do like to keep an eye on naked point of controls, which, if you guys are unfamiliar, are just unmitigated point of controls. So this is a wide open one. So I like to keep an eye on this because it could act as a magnet for price at some point. But as of right now, I'm not too interested in looking for that to get taken. So that's number one. I get my volume profile levels up. Then I start off and I do a top down analysis. So I do want to know kind of where we're at on the daily. And with this is why, like, I don't know about you, but I just really do not enjoy trading like grinding up to new all-time highs every other day. It's just tougher price action for me. I really do best in kind of markets like this where we're in a daily consolidation, but when you go down to like a 4 hour or a 1 hour and a 15 minute, these are clear trends that you can follow on the lower time frames. But we eventually, we sweep liquidity and then we end up coming back and reverting back to the mean. Those are the kind of conditions that I trade best in. So this has been a bit tough. We just had this like massive sell-off on Friday. And the thing that's interesting here on this daily chart is we haven't really recovered it. I mean, it's been an entire week and we could not recover the sell-off yet, which is interesting because very often when we get these aggressive sell-offs, what I see is we could erase that move like the next day if the market's going to continue being ultra bullish. Now, it doesn't mean it can't come back up to the all-time high, but what I'm looking at is this daily fair value gap. So I'm really interested to see if we can get a daily closure above this gap. So that would be coming in at like 25,170 on the NQ. If we do that, I think, all-time highs are coming again soon. But I'm really cautious in here. So I've been playing a lot of short trades throughout the week inside this gap. So then if we go down to a 1 hour, I can kind of narrow down my focus a little bit. So this daily fair value gap, I know it's there. I also know that we're inside this like larger 4 hour gap. So again, we're just in a clear area where we could get resistance. But with where we're at right here, it's just really tough to gauge because we're so close to maybe putting in a new high. This could kind of be the line in the sand for a short idea. And then I just narrow things down again. So I'll take a look at ES and see if there's any divergences in the price action. So that's something I use a lot because generally the NQ and the ES, they're going to be, they're coupled with each other. If ES makes a higher high, the NQ usually follows suit. The YM as well, but the YM is a bit, it's kind of like the wild card. So I don't pay too much attention to YM because sometimes I can see YM doing the exact opposite of the other indexes. So I focus on ES and NQ, and a clear reversal signal that is really helpful for me is recognizing a price action divergence in between the two correlated assets. So I want to see if I could find an example somewhere. Yeah, we have one right here. So here's a perfect example. ES right here on Wednesday, the 15th at 10 a.m., it put in a lower high. It could not take out this swing high the following day on Thursday. If we go to the chart on NQ, the exact same time frame, here's Wednesday's high. NQ did put in that higher high. So that is an SMT divergence, and it's a really strong price action divergence. So if you guys are familiar with like RSI divergence or stochastic, it's the same concept, but instead of using like an oscillator, you're just looking at price. And for me, it's one of the strongest reversal signals I can find. So this sell-off was nice. I think we caught some of this on stream on Thursday. But with where we're at right now, I don't see any kind of SMT divergences to help me with the short idea. Also, I went to the economic calendar. It looks like we have no news today. So it's a no news Monday. Just my personal experience. If there's no catalyst to drive the market lower, like I'm a technical guy, but on these days where the market's opening up after the weekend and we have no news, I tend to see us just grind higher slowly and low volume. So I'm always cautious of that on a no news Monday. But yeah, with where we're at, the one other thing that I'm looking at, and this is in relation to volume profile, John, I'm not sure if you use this, but I have a setup that I call the 80% setup. I was taught this by a crypto trader who said that roughly 80% of the time, the market will retrace to the previous day's point of control at some point in the trading day if it has not been mitigated yet. So this is one of my favorite setups because I can't tell you how many times, like on days like this where we open way above the previous day's point of control and you think there's no way we're getting down here. This level acts as just a really strong magnet for price because it's just the most high volume area, usually within the range for the time. So that's something I'm aware of too. So once again, I'm kind of neutral because we have conflicting information here. I know that I could be looking to target the previous day's point of control if we start to sell off, but I don't want to just get short right here. And I also know that it's a no news Monday, so we could easily just grind higher. So I'm going to be cautious here. And when the open comes, I'll be looking for some type of signal that could help me determine a directional bias. But as of right now, I am also neutral.
Very nice. I like it.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's about what I got. The one other level that I use every single day is the midnight open price. So that's the 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time opening price candle. So that's right here. I mark that off every day. And this is one other thing that I use that helps me determine whether we are in a premium or a discount of the daily trading range. So the theory behind this as well, and there's hard data to validate this, is that the market retraces to the midnight open after 9 a.m. roughly 70% of the time, and that's off of data for the last 10 years. Obviously, there are points where it fluctuates. So I remember last summer, for the last like 6 months over the summer, this was happening like 87% of the time. We were retracing to the midnight open. So I keep an eye on the data because it fluctuates, but it's a really good general tool that has long-term data to support the idea. So I just see if we're above the midnight open after 9 a.m., I look at the market in a premium, which would just mean easier to short. And if we are below the midnight open after 9 a.m., I could see the market as in a discount of the daily trading range, which would just be easier to long. Now, this is really most valid in like the first hour and a half, 2 hours, because if the market's going to get a directional bias, we could be above midnight for the rest of the day. But like the first hour or 2 hours when the initial move is setting up, this is when using that is really helpful for me. So if we stay above midnight and we kind of grind higher and we get some type of market structure shift to the downside, and if I have something I can target like equal lows or something like that, an unmitigated gap, I would definitely be happy to look for a short. But yeah, right now with no news at 8:30, we're just going to be grinding. I'm really not interested in anything until 9:30 at least.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yep. By the way, guys, let's I do want to get a giveaway going soon. I just want to check how many likes do we have on the video so far. So we only got 20 likes. Let's get that up to at least 30 likes before we start to look for a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure to like the video.
Yeah. I have a bit more analysis as well.
Oh yeah, please. Here, let me get your screen up.
Cool. So one thing I'm noticing this morning is we're currently setting up for a gap up open. If this continues, a gap up just means we're above yesterday's range. We're not super above yesterday's range, so we have to be very careful. But if the market rips first thing in the morning, that's not really a market I would short right away. Yeah, like that's one thing I've noticed. Gap up opens, if they run, it doesn't look like we're going to get a huge one. And we might even come back into yesterday's range. But let's say we start off the day like up here and we start running, that could be, for me, it's always go with the gaps. You never really want to go against the gaps unless you start getting different information.
Definitely for gap ups, right? Do you have the same weight on that if we gap down, or are you more interested in looking for like a gap fill in that situation?
Yeah, it would be the same if it was a gap down open or a gap up. But yeah, it depends. If we don't get a gap fill, and we just start, we just go, that would, to me, that would be more of like an indicator of continuation. But yeah, this is why I don't like trading the open, because we could rip and then fill the gap and then go, or we get back into yesterday's range. But typically, it's a good rule of thumb. I would want us to see us open a little bit higher for like a true gap up open. And then if the market just rips, you don't really want to go against that market. because to me it's more in favor of continuation rather than coming back to fill the gap.
Is there a certain amount of like points or ticks on the NQ that you think would qualify as like a solid gap up, or is it just depending on the average daily range or price action?
Yeah, probably like 20, 30, like just a good rip up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm just looking at ES, right? So I would do this exact same process on NQ. So I have, let me try to get NQ here. So I would do, yeah, the same thing on NQ. Just draw up my levels. And we'll see where NQ is relative to ES. So, I'll try to do this quickly. Yeah, so this is me marking up yesterday's session. All right. So yeah, it seems like it's a little gap up for NQ as well. So we have the regular trading hours high, and we're just above it right now. But it's nothing I probably wouldn't put too much weight into this at the moment. Like if I start piecing, things together, for example, like, okay, we have a bit of a gap up open on both ES and NQ. Then I look at the hourlies. Let me just make sure, there's no other ranges. And then on the hourly, I can see we could potentially rotate up here, right? We have this kind of gap. So, there's a potential we rip up and then we find some trouble up here.
Is that a gap between another volume profile that you pulled from like a fixed range?
Yep, exactly. So I have this little one right here, then this one here, and then in between there's this gap right here.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. What would you say? Because okay, I know you don't like to trade the open. I feel like for me, there's a give and take. Like the good thing about trading the open, especially if you're a scalper, is you have the volatility to get in and out rather quickly, and you could be in and out, and the market has barely changed structure, and capture 30 points on NQ very quickly. Now the con is that oftentimes, from my experience, like that first move, like right at the open, especially if it's like a small move, it could just be a quick manipulation. So like I often see right at the open, if the market's going to be bullish, we often will get a sell off at the open and then, sweep some type of liquidity or tap into some key level. And then we run for the rest of the day. So trading at the end of the day, I think I remember you saying this, you feel like the market showed its hand already, right? And you can just, you're more in tune with what price is done and where it wants to go by the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. Like I could probably use, maybe could be a good exercise, like use Friday's session and kind of dissect what I was thinking, like with the market showing its hand, or yeah, I could just answer that question. But yeah, the market has shown its hand by the end of the day. Like in the morning, I just have no idea what the market wants to do. Like I can have some idea based on my levels, but there's a lot of volatility in the morning. There's just a lot of volatility and the market's trying to figure out what it wants to do. And yes, you can get some really great plays based on levels. But I just find that like I have more information near the end of the day. So like, for example, if it's not a trend day and we're approaching a 4-hour block of volume, then I'm going to look for maybe a sell, like a mean reversion play, right? Like it depends on where the blocks are. That's why I'm like, I adjust my biases or a lot. Like where someone might not think the market's going to rip at the end of the day, I'm looking for the market to rip at the end of the day because where buyers and sellers are trying to get to. Like I don't always necessarily look where we're at in the market, but I look at where are we trying to get to, and based on that, that gives me a lot of information to make the correct play. Yeah.
Dude, I operate under the same way. I talk about this all the time. For me, your target, or like determining where the market is going and why, is more important than, like, let's say, your entry signal to get in. Because I think if you can determine the directional bias, or what I would call like your target or your drawn liquidity, there's usually multiple opportunities to get into the market to take that target. Whereas I think a lot of people, when they're first learning, they look for strategies that focus on just an entry signal without really like context or narrative on why. Like, okay, yeah, you have an entry signal to the upside, but do you have any kind of theory or context on why the market wants to continue going up? And I remember somebody changed that for me. They made me think that, and it helped so much, like immediately. So it's always target, directional bias, drawn liquidity first, and then the entry signal usually becomes easier to capture, and there's usually multiple opportunities.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, you kind of want to know where you're going to have a clear picture. So like, for example, like let me go to the 4-hour and just see what the 4-hour is telling me. So on the 4-hour, like, yeah, this is where if I were to have a bias on the morning, it would be a long bias. But does that mean that we don't do this first? Like, we could go back down here. This is a 4-hour range to then rotate back up here. My assumption is if we come back here, there's going to be buyers waiting right here.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because we tried on Friday so many times to get below this value area on ES. But to me, more likely, like maybe we oscillate around this POC to get up here, right? Like that's when I start piecing things together more. Like on the 4-hour, we probably want to rotate up here because we couldn't find acceptance below here. So this is ES. And then on NQ, I look, okay, is NQ telling me a similar story? It is, right? It's taking a little bit longer to get to the other side. But if we look here, we couldn't find acceptance to this to get to here, right? We tried on Sunday in the overnight session. And now in the overnight session, we're back within this 4-hour value. So my assumption is that we're going to rotate back here, right? It's taking a little bit longer. Like ES is doing it like this. NQ is just grinding up. But I do think we want to go up here on NQ, and I do think we want to go up here on ES. So if I were to have a bias on the morning, it would be long, but again, doesn't mean we don't have a sell-off first, maybe to get back here, and then might do this first to then rotate back up here. Right?
Yeah, I like that. I have such a hard time just like buying the high, it's just not my style. Like, I'm perfectly fine with following trend and trend following. I know a lot of people get caught up always looking for reversals. That's not me. I'm not like a reversal guy, but still there's a threshold where it's like, I need the market to pull back a little bit before I'm comfortable getting in. So a scenario like that is definitely what I would hope for a trade. Also, guys, I'm super close to my to another payout with Tradeify. Actually, I can go over these accounts real quick. Super close. So I'm trading the 550K accounts. Profit target is 3,000, and you need to make a 20% consistency score, right? That's really all you need for Tradeify to get your first payout cycle on these accounts, and we're pretty close. So I just need to make like a little over $600, give or take, and we'll take another 10K payout with Tradeify. So hopefully, I'm really hoping I could do that the next couple of days, and we could, maybe request that payout on stream. That would be awesome.
Amazing.
But I got to be careful because I want to, like, dude, when we're this high up, I just get so tempted to look for the short because I just see so much potential to the downside, especially right here. I don't know if you look at things like equal lows or like double tops, double bottoms. Some people trade them as a signal to, like, if they see a double bottom, that makes them want to go long. I kind of go with the opposite narrative. So I like to look for equal lows or equal highs to get taken. I use it as a target to like act as a magnet for price because it's, to me, a very clear area where there are stop losses. So this on Friday, we went from red to green because I shorted this low, this leg right here on stream, and we were able to get green on the day. But I could not believe that we left these equal lows. I felt so strongly that we were going to take them. Like I would have, not that I would have bet anything because I stopped trading, but I felt so confident we were going to come here, and then we just continued to grind back up. So I have these on my mind. I would love to see these get taken like today or tomorrow, but we just have a lot of range to capture. So I don't want to get caught up trying to force a move down when, I mean, we're grinding up. I gotta follow what price is telling me.
Yeah, and just a nice example. Looks like we're clearly filling that gap. Like I have it on the 1 hour, and yeah, it's so I do think we go for this.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense to me.
So for me,
right.
like this would have been, if I was maybe playing the overnight session, like right here would have been a nice entry to get to here, right?
And that would be because we broke out of value on that particular profile that you have marked, and then you look for a rotation to the next one.
Exactly. So I look for a decent amount of breakout outside of the range to then back test it, and then this is a good back test. And actually, my strategy is kind of it's really interesting. I go to the 5 second sometime, and what I do is I put a stop order. So I'm watching this price action. I'm like, okay, this could go anywhere, but maybe here, once we bounce even a little bit more, I might set a stop order here and put my stop here. Because I'll say, if we get back into here, then I'm wrong. If we don't, then I'm right. And I risk very little to potentially, if I get this piece right here, let's see, this is about 10 points, this little move right here. I would be happy with that little move and call it a day. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I like that. Can you actually real quick go over like maybe the theory on why the market likes to rotate from value area to a different value area?
Yeah. So the market's always, either like trending, balancing, or trending, and it's always looking for value. Where was price accepted the most, or where was there a battle between like trying to figure out what the fairest price was? So like I'll see if I can do the analogy similar to how James Dalton does it. So he says, like, let's say you go buy a car, right? The car is at $10,000, and a lot of people bought the car at $10,000, right? And then the price goes up to 20,000. There's less people buy the car at 20,000, and then the price goes back down to 10,000. Where do you think people are going to buy the car at again at 10,000? Right? And if nobody bought the car between 10,000 and 20,000, why would they buy in between? Why would there be a lot of buyers in between 10,000 and 20,000? There wouldn't, because a lot of buyers remember, oh, people were buying the car at 10,000. I'm going to wait till it comes to 10,000 so I can buy the car, right? So the markets operate in the same way. So here, there wasn't a lot of people buying or selling. So people are waiting to get up here to sell the car maybe, or we could wait again to get back here to buy the car. So when there's not a lot of people buying and selling in between gaps, then the market tends to run through those fairly quickly. And again, there's nuances to it. Like it's not like just an exact thing, but that's usually like how that goes. So now the market's pulling back, right? So for me, I wouldn't be interested in selling. I would look at the lower time frame. So I have the 15-minute drawn up, and also the 15-minute is trying to get possibly up here, right? There's this little gap on the 15-minute. And then I even go to the 5-minute and I say, okay, do I have any entry on the 5-minute? And potentially, if this holds, right, if we get something like this, then this could potentially be an entry to get here, which would align with the gaps, right? Now, if we reject and we do something like this, or even get down here, then I probably be like, okay, I'm wrong. I have no idea what the market's trying to do. And I would sit it out. But basically what I'd be looking for is for this, like we might oscillate here, and maybe we go up to fill the gap on the larger time frames. And on top of that, like the 4-hour, or this is the daily. But if I look at the the 4 hour, we're also trying to get to some higher levels on the 4 hour, right? So everything to me is lining up to move a bit higher. So I wouldn't be looking for sells here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I start to piece things together. And yeah, so yeah, we'll see. So I would be looking on the hourly to see. Oh, and this is actually, so let me, I have the regular trading hours. Yeah, never mind. So with the 15-minute and 5-minute, I only use the regular trading hour session. I don't use the overnight session because there's just not, on the lower time frames, there's not enough volume in the overnight session for me to want to consider that more. So even on the 5-minute, it looks like we want to get up here. So yeah, nothing to me is saying sell, but where, if I was in this trade, where I would look to get to is up here, which is at 25, like 140.
The chat likes your strategy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, they're saying I like this. Good value, man. Yeah, I like it a lot. So what would an actual entry signal look like for you? Like, do you have a black and white thing that you look for, or is it more nuance based?
Yeah, so I'm trying to move over to black and white because like a lot of times this is when I get sucked into the market sometimes, and because my levels are respected a lot, I look for those inflection points. And sometimes I'm just too early, and I'm too eager to get into the market because we can see the market does oscillate around these areas. So I could be wrong 3 times out of 4. Maybe I'm wrong here, maybe I'm wrong here, but here I'm right to catch this move, right?
Yep.
So I just have to keep my risk really low and let my winners run a little bit more than my losers. So for me, at this point, this would have been a good entry. Just because I like using the hourly ranges for entries and exits. So, if everything lined up, I'm not looking at this in isolation, but if everything lines up, if I'm looking at the 4 hours trying to get to a higher level, the 15-minute and 5-minute, they're also above specific ranges. I'm like, okay, the market wants to go higher. So if I was watching the charts at 20 minutes ago and we did something like this, I would be fairly interested here, right? But I could have said, the same thing I could have said here, right? And I maybe would have got something here. No, here I could have said the same thing, right? And I would have been wrong, but here I would have been right. So it's just kind of knowing when to enter and using all the confluence to make the exact right play. And yeah, I'm not going to be right 100% of the time, but it's managing, making my risks, my losers smaller than my winners, and I usually end up with a good day.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a game of probabilities. I mean, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, I did promise a giveaway if we hit at least 30 likes, and I think we're at 61 now, so that's fire. 62 now. Beautiful. So what we'll do is, I know, John, you have to leave at 9.
Yes, I do. Yep.
Okay, so this is what we'll do, guys. At 8:55, you can start. Let's do this. We'll give away. What should we give away to start off the stream? How about some Alpha Futures accounts? Some Alpha Futures 0 accounts. We'll give away 2. And to enter, I want you to type Alpha in the chat at 8:55. And then when John gets ready to go, we'll announce the winner.
Sounds good. Yeah, and hopefully all this is. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, hopefully this is interesting to everyone because I know it's really technical. So I do want to make it entertaining as well, but hopefully people are getting value. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean the chat liked your analysis. They also said they said this guy's calm. I like it, which I think to be a trader, you got to be calm. I was not a calm trader for my first couple of years, man. I used to get mad and angry, be storming around. I've broken a keyboard once. I've had my moments.
Yeah.
But you need a demeanor. You need to stay calm. Do you agree?
100%. And I'm glad people see that. But sometimes when I'm trading, I get anxious. I get, for me, technicals is one thing, but mastering your psychology or your mind or knowing when to stop, that's probably maybe more important, right? Because it can be addicting. The charts can be addicting where you get you get sucked in, and all of a sudden you're not aware of how you feel. You're anxious. You're like looking for the next trade. You took a loss and you want to get it back. And for me, if I have caffeine too, it adds to it. If I'm caffeinated, like all those things you have to take into account, and that to me is the hardest part because we're stubborn. I think in general, we're just as people, we're stubborn. We think we know, and we want to be right. And like so for me, that's the hardest thing is like, okay, I took a loss on the day. Am I okay with not having a green day? Am I
Yeah.
okay with that? And sometimes the answer is no. I want to be green. Like so so yeah, it's that part is probably really, really tough. So yeah, and especially when I see my levels play out so much, I'm like, oh, it's got to play out this time, and the market,
Totally.
the market can mess with you like it does.
Dude,
So
100%. I love that. I love the honesty there, man, because I think so many people, especially like trading influencers, they try to act like I never get mad. I never get mad. If I have a red day, I walk away. I could care less. Like it's my model, my trading strategy. And I just don't believe that. I think like I get mad. I get frustrated. But the thing is, how do you deal with it? Do you deal with it by full porting all of your accounts in one shot, trying to make it back? Or do you deal with it by hitting a daily loss limit, maybe locking yourself out? Do you like to use lockout features or anything like that?
I do, yeah. So I use Top Step. So
Nice.
yeah, I think just recently I used it again just to keep myself in check. But yeah, I set my standard, the loss that I want to take for the day, and if I pass it, then lock me out. It's tough because many times I have come back from red days, like a lot of times, but that's a recipe for disaster because I don't really want to rely on that. But it's like I do have that itch. I'm like, damn, I know I can make this back, but it's like I have to be
100%.
careful, like because there's an opposite to that. But if I don't make it back, I end up more red. So yeah,
100%, man. I try to remind myself that I always, it's always so much better to just have a red day that I can make back tomorrow than, starting over, like, because I blew all my accounts. Like, especially if you've built up some accounts for a few weeks or a month, like blowing it in one day, it'll never work if you're doing that. Yeah. So I love the lockout features too. I'm really hoping that Trade I think they just said that they have them now. I haven't looked into it yet, but that's one of the things I love about Project X or Top Step X. You just have so many strong lockout features to save you from yourself. You can actually make the decision beforehand when you have a clear mindset.
absolutely. I have to say, Top Step X is one of my favorite trading platforms that I've used. I think they did it right. Like I've used a lot of different trading platforms, and everything about it just is amazing. And they just recently added brackets, which I love brackets.
Yeah.
And they let you add the brackets with your yeah, they let you put your risk in in your take profit and let you create a bracket as soon as you enter the market. Like that's huge, especially like when it's super volatile, right? Like if it's
Yes.
super volatile, like one candle can be 10 points, but also one candle can be 10 points in your direction. So if you know how much you want to lose on that trade, you don't have to worry about losing more than that. You put in your risk on each trade, and then that bracket takes care of it. You say, okay, I'll take that loss if it comes. You take it, great. If not, then the market goes in your favor. And in a volatile market, you're making your day fairly quickly.
100%. Yeah, I'm big on bracket orders too. When I have the option, I don't have it with Trade when I'm copy trading, and I'm always copy trading. So unfortunately, I can't use them then. But when I am trading on Project X, bracket orders are key for me, especially as more of a scalper. Like I need to have a lot of times, like when I'm setting my TP and stop loss manually on Trade, I actually need to set my TP first because I'm doing a negative risk reward scalping, which like seems counterintuitive, but it's just what I got to do because I've had times where I'm trying to set my stop loss first and my TP would have already been smashed like in a minute or two.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Actually, like volatile markets aren't my favorite either. Like you would
Yeah.
think like and I'm sure for some traders, volatility works really well. But like, get me a slow moving market where I know where the market's trying to get to, but my stop loss might not be hit as quickly, or like,
Facts.
So
Yep.
that's and the overnight session is actually pretty good for that. The overnight session crawls, like there's not,
Yep.
a lot of volatility, but But yeah, like one thing, I would say as a trader, just be aware of your emotions. Like you're gonna feel them, but if you're aware of them, that's like you're winning. You're like it's one step towards like getting to where you want to be because we have emotions. Like just
Yeah,
be aware
exactly.
and have the discipline to let your mind dictate what you do and not your emotions. And that's easier said than done, but that's a practice that I think a lot of traders, if not all, we have to practice. We have to go through. So yeah. Um, so yeah, it looks like we're getting up here.
You called it, man. You literally called that rotation.
Yeah. So, like this is really interesting. Like someone might want to short up here, like this level. It's a strong level. And if there was more confluence, like maybe you'd want to short it, but like I wouldn't short that. Like you might get a few points maybe, but I would like look at the four yeah, maybe let me so if we look at the 4 hour, like buyers to me are trying to get up here. Like that's another 60, 70 points. Do we get there right away? I don't know, but that's why I wouldn't short the market right now. Um, yeah, and on ES, yeah, ES we're probably looking to get. Wait, is that? Oh no, I'm on regular trading hours here. Let me go to electronic. Yeah, so ES is yeah for sure. ES wants to get up here.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yes is a little closer.
yeah, so for me it's like yeah, I wouldn't short it. Yeah, so you can see here, like we got up there. Let's see if the sellers step in even a little bit, and then they're not even stepping in a little bit. Like,
Not at
so
all. There's no sellers to be found right now.
yeah, yeah, and it could be. So what I would do, and this is where price action comes into play, price action theory. Like if we do this and then come back here, I might be more interested in the sell. Not really because I know the larger time frames are looking to get higher, but we need price action to confirm that there's sellers in the mix, right? Like if sellers do this, like get here, they're not super in the mix. We need a big drop to feel confident that sellers are around, but they're not. Right now, look, see, like we're just heading up higher. Like
Grind up, grind up, grind up day.
so, so yeah, I do think I have another meeting here, but
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming on. And guys, John's going to be coming on a lot more regularly. I think you're going to be on tomorrow
Yes, I believe so. I think it's tomorrow and Thursday.
and then Thursday. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's going to be great. Super excited for that. Yeah. Thanks so much for coming on, man. And we'll see you again soon.
for sure. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care, bro. Later. All right, guys, let me get this going. So we promised a giveaway. I see we got our entries in. Let me get these entries going. Ooh, a lot of entries. I love it. Guys, we got to hit 100 likes again today. Okay, that's going to be the goal. On Friday, we hit our first 100 likes on stream. So that was awesome. That's the goal today. All right. But okay, let me get these entries in for these Alpha Futures accounts. So we're going to be giving away 2 Alpha Futures 0 accounts, right? And listen, I see some people entering multiple times. There's no need for that because only one entry will count, but it's totally fine if you want to do it. Just getting these up. We got a lot of entries. Awesome. Just give me a second here. Yeah, and then we have Claudia Trades coming on at 9:30, which I think is going to be awesome. I'm super, super excited for that because she trades ICT. So I think it'll be a great conversation with her. Have another ICT trader on. We have some really good guests. I'm very excited for Friday's guest. We have JD Adastra, who's a good friend of mine. Also trades ICT. Really, really solid trader. So I am looking forward to that conversation. He's solid. Okay, let's get these in. Let me just get these up for us. All right, we got a lot of entries. Perfect. All right, what do we want to do, guys? Do we want to do the pinwheel or the duck race? Zach, how long have you been trading, or how long are you using ICT concepts? So I've been trading for 5 years now. I've been full-time for the last year and a half. And I started ICT like maybe a year and a half, 2 years into my trading career. So it wasn't right away, but I'm glad I found ICT when I did. And, I'm not just ICT. I trade volume profile with ICT. Yes, Dino, if you won an account last week, that's fine. You're still eligible to win this week. Okay, spin the wheel. Duck is the worst. Wheel, duck, duck, wheel, wheel. Okay, we're getting more pinwheels today. So let's do the pinwheel. I'm cool with that. That's all good with me. Duck is fun too. I'm sure we'll do more duck, but all right, we got it. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's get our drum roll up. You know what I'm saying? Add some suspense. All right, guys, this is for an Alpha Futures 0 account. All right, Blockwire Updates. Interesting name. Blockwire Updates. Are you there? Please let me know if you're in the chat so we can issue you your account. Congrats, Blockwire. Let me just let us know you're in the chat here, okay? And what you're going to do is, so guys, this is the way we're going to get you your accounts, okay? This has been the simplest way. You are going to DM me on X, okay? And my name on X is I am Zarb. So I just typed it into the chat, okay? So Alpha, what was it again? Blockwire Updates. Just go ahead and DM me on X. My @ is I am Zarb, okay? So we will issue you your Alpha Futures account and you will be good to go, my friend. All right, let's do one more. We got to give away at least one more. There we go. All right, let's spin the name again, guys. Who's going to take it? Oh, okay. Mamu Jehu. I'm so sorry if I butcher these names, guys, but Mamu Jehu, you are the winner of an Alpha Futures account. Let's go. Just let us know in the chat. And remember, guys, DM me on X. So follow and DM me on X, and I will get you hooked up with support. Okay, so that's how you're going to get your accounts issued. So what do we got going on now? We got about 50 people watching. How many likes do we got? 89. Let's go. Okay, we're almost at 100. We'll do the next giveaway at 100 likes, guys. All right, we got 50 people in. This is beautiful. Let's go back to the charts for a minute. Okay, we'll do another giveaway very soon. I do want to talk about what I'm seeing on the charts here. And also, chat, if you had to pick, are you more bullish or more bearish today? Let us know. Bullish or bearish? I want to get a gauge on the chat. Okay, we got bullish. Shivam's in the chat. What up, Shivam? Bullish. Okay, Nicoletta's in the chat. What's up, Nicoletta? Nicoletta was longing micro ES and MNQ. Nice. Damn, most of you guys are bullish. Okay, we got a couple of bears in here. Brian's bearish. Ashaba is bearish. Okay. New York bearish. So you're going to be bearish for New York session. Yeah, listen, I'm not ruling that out either. I know it's a bit tough sometimes to fade moves like this, but I'm not ruling out the shorts. Again, on Friday, you guys remember this? We were talking about this. If you were with me on Friday, we ended up being green on the day, which was awesome. because we caught this move down, right? Or where was it? Where was Friday's action? So it was this. Yeah, we caught this move down. And remember I said, like, I'm going to hit my TP before, like, I'm setting my take profit before these equal lows. Even though this was the target, I was like, I don't trust the market to actually come down and take these. It's just such a weird day. And look at that. We just missed them by a couple of ticks. So I got to be cautious with that, but I really think that this is a clear draw on liquidity. We also have the previous day's point of control. So we have an 80% setup in play. I have a hard time fading the 80% setup, man. It works really, really well for me. Is the giveaway over? No, we're going to run one more right before Claudia Trades gets on. So we'll run one more in like 5 minutes, guys. It was a sexy waterfall, the Friday trade. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was like we took 2 L's and then we caught the win and it made our profit back and we were up on the day. So that was good for me on a Friday. Like I said, I'm super close to payout on these accounts. So I gotta be cautious. I don't want to over trade and I don't want to force anything. So I was just happy to, close the day green. That's always the goal, man. You don't always need to make $1 million, Sometimes you got to just, your account's got to survive. Did we have giveaway accounts of funding ticks or funded X futures? No. Today it is Top One Futures, Alpha Futures, and Blue Guardian. But tomorrow we're gonna have a sponsor, a big sponsor. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. It will be a different firm, and they're gonna be sponsoring the stream. So it's gonna be a good one, and it'll be a different firm. What's my take on NQ? I just went over it, but I'll go over it again. I got you. Also, though, I think someone wanted me to take a look at US 30, which I'm open to. We could take a look at US 30 for sure. Also, Josh asks if with my 50K accounts, am I trading MNQ or NQ? So I'm trading micros on the 50K accounts. I just have to, bro. I really prefer trading minis, but with the 50K accounts, it's just too dangerous, especially with the $1,200 daily loss limit. Like, you can hit that so quick, even just trading one mini. So, I mean, I've been trading super low size, like 3 to 5 micros per account, because I just want to give myself the room I need. It's only a 3K profit target, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Good question, though, Josh. Anyone seeing those 5-minute lows getting slashed? Bro, Benjamin, nothing would make me happier to see those 5-minute lows get taken. Nothing. It would make my day. Zach, I'm bullish till the 25,300 level. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna say you're wrong, Siobhan, because this market just loves going up. R6 says he didn't sleep enough and entered a trade with double the normal risk. So it got out when it was green, couldn't enter again because price went. Sleep is important. Sleep is so important. I recently, I started going to the gym again because I wasn't for a couple of years, just being like way too focused on trading. Now I'm focusing a little bit more on my health and going to the gym and, just trying to incorporate the other parts of life that make you a successful person in general. And sleep is so important. I used to get like 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night. And I'm telling you, once I started going back to the gym and my trainer, I got a personal trainer, and he was like, you need to focus on sleep. It is like the number one most important thing. And I just never really cared. I was a guy that would get 3 to 4 hours a night because I would be like up trading or just up watching technical analysis videos. When I was in like my grind days, when all I wanted to do or think about was trading, it's just what I did. So, yeah, I started getting better sleep, and it's been very helpful, man. Sleep is very important. Michelle, if you won on Friday and didn't receive your account, just DM me on X and we'll look into it for you. Can I talk about risk management? Yes. 4 more people. Buckle up. Can we get 4 more before we run this giveaway, guys? 4 more likes. When did I become a profitable trader? On year 3. In year 3, I started making money trading and getting payouts, but it really wasn't until year 4 that I was like, oh, wow, I made a decent salary off my trading profits. And then this year 5, it's just been exponential. Like I've doubled what I made last year already. And I did that by like September. And that's kind of how trading goes. Like you just kind of, you grind it out for so long without any success. And then if you really start to figure things out, you start to grow exponentially. Where's Claudia? She's coming. She'll be on at 9:30. Chat says, we are back. We are effing back. Yes, sir. Nicoletta says, the best traders are the tortoise in Aesop's tale. Slow, steady, and consistent. That's how we grow our accounts. Absolutely. Damn, this chat's bumping right now. I thought it's going so quick. Karen asks, please tell me how to pass my 25K account. We could go over the rules. We can go to the Prop for a Match website in a sec. But okay, guys, this is what we're going to do. Before Claudia comes on, I want to do a quick bathroom break. So we're going to run a giveaway. So stay. This is what we're going to do. Let's give away 2 top 1 futures accounts. Okay, 2 top 1 futures elite accounts. We're going to give away. And what we're going to do is I want you to type in the chat TOF. TOF. Type in the chat to enter, and I am going to be right back while you guys type and enter your chance to win the giveaway, and we will announce it as soon as I get back. So I'll be back in like 2-3 minutes. TOF to enter. All right, guys? Think you guys got it. Okay, cool. I will be right back, fam. All right, guys, we are back. We are back. I see a ton of entries. So we'll get that going. Also, I just want to make sure we are prepared for Claudia to get into the chat. She'll be on stream in about 10 minutes. So make sure we got a lot of good things. We got Claudia coming on in 10 minutes, and we're going to announce the winners of this giveaway. All right, let's get our music back on. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I like this song. I like this one a lot. This is a good vibe. All right, let's get these entries in. Yeah, this is like my scalping vibe right here, this music. I like this background music. All right, cool. We got some entries. Let's just run this through real quick. Do we want to do duck race or pinwheel, guys? Duck race or pinwheel? Let me know. Entries are in. Should we change it up and do duck race now? Okay, yeah, let's do the duck race. Let me know if the music is too loud. Like, can you hear me? Do we want to lower the music a little bit? Or is it good? All right, we're doing duck race. There we go. All right, so we're going to set it. Let's get our names in first. And we're going to set it for 30 seconds. All right, are we ready? Are we ready, chat? This is for a Top 1 Futures Elite account. We'll do 2 duck races, so we'll get them going twice. So there'll be 2 winners here. All right, let's do it, guys. Ready? Drum roll. All right, let's see who's going to take it. Who's going to take it today? Hafar's coming in. He's got a lead. Okay, I'm calling someone in the back like usual. I don't know who yet. I'm going to call. I can't see the name yet. I Am God. I think it's going to be I Am God because that's a sick name. Oh, damn. Okay. SKJ. Man. All right, SKJ, you were the winner of a Top 1 Futures Elite account, my friend. SKJ. Now, again, to claim your account, what you're going to do is you are going to DM me on X. Okay, my name on X is I Am Zarb. DM me and we'll get you hooked up with support so you can get your account. And yes, we are going to do one more. Before Claudia gets on, we're going to run one more giveaway, guys. All right. SKJ, congrats again. Please, it makes me feel better if you let us know in the chat that you're going to claim it. But yeah, go ahead on X and DM me. All right, one last duck race. Let's go. Go. All right. I'm sorry, but whoever gets put in first place in like the first 10 seconds, they always lose. You want someone in the back coming up. SP King might be taking this. He's coming up. Oh, we got Vinayak. Damn. Clear winner. Damn. All right. Vin Ayak. That is all you, bro. You are the winner. Vin Ayak. So again, What do you guys do to enter or to claim your prize? DM me on X, okay? DM me on X. I'll type this every time. I am Zarb is my name on X. Go ahead, DM me, and we got you covered. Congrats to Vinayak. I hope I'm not butchering your name. But all right, we just gave away 2 top 1 futures accounts. So listen, we got Claudia Trades coming on in like 5 minutes. So we'll do another giveaway at some point while she's on stream. So stay tuned. We're going to have a cool interview, and we're definitely going to take some trades. All right. Listen, I want to trade, guys. I'm so close to this 10K payout. I'm trying to nail that. So I want to trade. You're going to see me take trades this week. Trust me on that, guys. Like, I am locked in. I am ready to trade. Time to short, my Forex screen says. Listen, bro, I would love it. I would love a short down to those equal lows. I'm telling you. If that setup presents, like, don't worry, I'm in. Like, I will be in it. That much I could say. Pronunciation is Winayak. Okay, thank you. 50-point short, 23-point stop loss. Let's see. Okay. Hey, I don't hate it. I do not hate it, bro. Love this, man. I love how active the chat has been. I feel like we got a good group in this stream. Like, we're still growing, you know. My next goal is that we can eventually get 100 concurrent viewers. That's the goal. But what I do love is that we got a solid group here. And we hit 100 likes like in the first hour. I think on Friday it took us till like the end of the day. So Claudia Trades will be in just a moment. R6 says, yes, we need to break records every week. That's the goal. 100 concurrent viewers, ballsy goal. Listen, I'm not saying tomorrow, but soon enough. That's the goal, soon enough. Okay, guys. Yeah, and if you messaged me on X, that's all you got to do. We're going to get with you after the stream, okay? So got to wait till the end of the stream. R6 is in Claudia's Discord. That's cool. I didn't even know she had a Discord. Oh, you know what? I think she's in here. Let's bring her in. Let me lower this music real quick, guys. Okay, let's see.
Hello.
Hello, Claudia Trades. What's going on?
Hi, nice to see you. Nice to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Yeah, nice to have you, and thank you for coming on. Yeah, I've been following you on IG a little bit, and I think you just got on X as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just super interested. I mean, we're definitely I'm hoping to take some trades. I was telling the chat, I'm like super close to a 10K payout with Tradeify, so I want to take trades today if they present. But
yeah.
I do want to talk about you. I want to learn a little bit about you as a trader. I feel like you've kind of popped up recently. Like, I haven't seen much of you until maybe this year. So, I mean, maybe just a little background, like, where you're from, how long you've been trading, what do you trade, what style, all of that.
Sure. So I started posting on social media in January, so I'm very new. And I'm also super new to trading as well. So I've only just passed my first funded this year, and I've been documenting the whole journey. So when I first started posting, I'd never been funded before. So everyone's seen the whole journey. Thank you so much. So I'm from the UK, as you might be able to tell by the accent. And I trade futures with ICT concepts. So yeah.
Let's go. I'm an ICT trader too.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so this will be a good conversation. Yeah, I trade ICT with a mix of volume profile. So that's maybe the one thing that I do a little bit differently. I do incorporate volume profile. But that's awesome. So how did you find ICT right away?
So someone I know personally has traded ICT for 5 years and has had loads of payouts and stuff. and they actually messaged me because I was following some like random, I don't know, trading profile on Instagram when I was first looking into it. And they messaged me and they were like, why are you following them? And I was like, oh, like I'm trying to get into trading. And I sent them like this course that I'd found that I was looking at. And they were like, no, Claudia, and sent me ICT. So that's how I got into him. And then I just stuck with him ever since.
That's awesome. So you did try like one other style. Did ICT make more sense to you? Were you like, I like this better? Or did you just kind of you trusted someone's recommendation and just ran with it?
Yeah, I think I was lucky enough because I had someone I know personally. I think that made it easier for me to just stick with one thing and trust it. Because I think when people are starting out and they don't actually know anyone who's profitable personally, they kind of switch to different things and think the one thing is going to click and it's like the hero. But yeah, so I think that helped me out a lot in a sense. The course that I had found was just like a beginner's Forex course, so it didn't really have any sort of model in there or anything like that. So super basic.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, ICT sometimes is controversial with some people. I think at the end of the day, I know personally so many people who have made a ton of money trading ICT. And me, I mean, I trade full time and I trade ICT, so I know it works, but people love to talk smack about it sometimes. I think it's just natural. We got some people in the chat. Nicoletta says, finally a woman trader in our crew. I think you are our first female guest, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great to know.
Yeah. So what made you want to start posting on social media right from the beginning then? Was it like you just from day one, you're like, I want to share my journey from like zero to hero or that type of idea, like beginning to end? Or what was the motivation?
Honestly, I don't know. I've always liked posting on social media. Like I've never been someone who's like kind of been super private or mysterious. Like I just like overshare anyway. So it was kind of natural for me to just share it and see where it went really. Like before I started posting, I'd had social media deleted for like 6 months because I was like in my winter arc lock-in phase. So I literally re-downloaded it all and I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna like brain rot on here, I might as well make it at least useful somehow. So I was like, I'll start posting and it might like help me like stay accountable for my trading and like keep on it. So yeah, no, that makes sense. Like I kind of similarly, I started posting on social media about my trading maybe like 2.5 years in, 3 years in, and my goal was the same thing. It was just what I learned is that it helped keep myself accountable because I started talking about my journey, and that alone was enough of like a net positive to just keep doing it. And also like you need friends in this space. Like you're alone on the computer day after day. It just gets lonely. I think that's why people love to watch live streams. They love to see people trade live, Discord groups, like all that stuff. It's because you can't really talk about trading with your best friend or an acquaintance or a family member. Like they look at you like you're speaking a different language or like you have 5 heads. At least that's my experience. Yeah, for sure. I mean, luckily for me, my best friend from high school, I managed to rope her into learning trading after she kind of saw what I was doing. So she started learning around a year ago, and she's now started posting on TikTok and Instagram things. It's so funny. It's so great. That is sick, dude. Yeah, I've been trying to get one of my old friends into trading. He just started, but like people either love this and they get obsessed with it quick, or they can't do it. That's what I've learned. So it's yet to be seen if he's going to stick with it. But okay, cool. So I mean, if you want to get your charts up, I'd love to kind of see because when it comes to ICT, there's a ton of different models to choose from. There's a lot of nuance. So I'd love to see kind of how you look at ICT, especially as someone in your first year. Like I'd be interested on like what spoke to you as a trader that is learning. For sure. So, let's present my screen. You would just go to the little monitor icon with a plus. Yeah. The bottom. There we go. Trading view. So unfortunately for me, Project X is actually down today, which is where my funded account is. So I do. Yeah, I do have a Tradeovate eval, thankfully. So I'll trade that today because I'd rather not get kind of stopped out. Can you see my screen okay? Yep, we got you up. We have similar colors, almost. Oh, almost great. Got the typical ICT candle colors.
I changed it up a little bit. I went blue and black just to be a little different.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
what I had originally marked out is this buy side, which I had kind of called getting swept on the open, and that's what I was kind of hoping for. So I'd marked that out on the NASDAQ from the daily chart. Dropping down to the 4 hour, I noticed this fair value gap has been inverted, and we're obviously inside this huge sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency as well. So what I'm kind of looking for is I usually like to take entries from 10 a.m. onwards. So I'm pretty new to trading AM session, actually. I have been a PM session trader for a very long time because I work full time as a electromechanical engineer. But today is actually my first day of not working a job anymore. So I'm like going through a whole new thing. But I've been back testing AM session a lot because I've noticed the difference between PM session and AM session in terms of speed is crazy. Because usually in PM session, if a setup is appearing, I have about like half an hour to figure out whether I want to enter it or not because it's super slow. But AM session, I need to be way more on it. So I've been back testing, and my entries I like are usually from 10 a.m. So looking at here, I can see this rejection higher from the 15-minute. So I kind of want to wait and see what happens here from this rejection downwards from this bearish fair value gap, which I'm going to mark out. I do my bearish fair value gaps in pink. It's my fave. And then potentially kind of retrace into this area where we've got some bullish PD arrays. I feel like we're going to generate some buy side here. So what I'd like to see is generate some low resistance buy side, trade back down into a bullish PD array, and then we could target that internal liquidity. That's my sort of idea right now.
Beautiful.
Anyways.
Honestly, it sounds like you are like you actually are pretty in tune with ICT. Like you got the terminology down.
Great. I'm glad you think so.
Yeah, no, for real. So, okay, so you're looking for longs, but you want to see the market consolidate a little bit, generate some buy side liquidity so you have an actual target. That's the idea right now. Yep. Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. I mean, have you been trading well in a market that's been making all-time highs like every other day, or do you have trouble with that type of market?
Well, last week I took a break. I've kind of been documenting the whole process on my social media. So last week I took a break as I had a really bad losing streak. I was really struggling, but it was more psychology than my model, I found, which is why I took the break. If ever like I'm taking losses and I don't really feel like my psychology's off or anything, I will continue trading because there's no reason to take a break. It's just probabilities. It's just what happens, right? But I knew that was due to my psychology. I think because I had so much going on with the fact that I was like leaving my full-time job and all that, I think it was really getting to me in the markets. So I took a week break after my small losing streak. It wasn't crazy, but it was something that I was like, okay, I just need to take a step back, go back through my data, try again. So last week was my first week back. I ended up taking 2 trades last week. One of them ended up break even due to SMT at the high that I was targeting, which is unfortunate. And the second was a win, thankfully. So we're back sort of into the swing of things, which was nice. I think having a win last week has really boosted my confidence a little bit, which not that it probably should. I should feel confident in my model anyways, but you know, because I'm still starting out, the wins are a nice confident booster, I guess.
Listen, that's the reality. I've been trading for 5 years now, full time for about a year and a half, and we always are doubting ourselves. Like there's always a fluctuation of like, it doesn't matter how well you do, like you're always going to have moments in trading where you doubt yourself. It just never ends. It's one of the hardest parts about it. But I think that all makes a lot of sense to me. So you said you did quit your full-time job?
Yeah. So I'm still like working remotely part-time. So because my job in engineering, it gave me a lot of skills in terms of computers. Like I'm super proficient in like programming, things like that. So from maybe midway through this year, I was really looking for something remote that I could do so to allow me to trade market open, really, because although like I managed to pass like a 6-figure funded account with proper risk management trading PM session, when back testing, my win rate is just a lot higher when trading the open. And I think especially being a beginner, it would be nicer to trade the session with more volatility. So I was trying to find a way that I could, you know, still earn some income and not rely on trading, because obviously I'm still starting out and I wouldn't recommend anyone to rely on trading as an income until you're super proficient. So I was kind of looking for something remote, which I could do and trade market open. And I managed to find something which suits my timings and things. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Yeah, you're really really blessed to have that option. I had a similar situation where I was working at a grocery store for years, and then I finally got like a remote job for a little while, and I did notice that was around year 3 of trading. So at that point I had some payouts, but it was still up and down, you know, in year 3. And then something about when I started that remote job, I don't work there anymore. Now I'm just full time, but when I had that remote job, my trading just got so much better immediately because
oh, well, that is giving me a boost of hope anyway.
it did. I mean, my schedule was kind of crazy. I was waking up at like 4 a.m. so that I could get home by 12 so I could trade the markets. Like I was insane about it.
Yeah, that's literally been me for the past few months. Luckily my engineering job was super flexible, so I'd be up at 5 a.m. I'd do like some trading study, like social media bits and bobs, and then I'd work 7 till 3:30, come home and then trade New York PM session, because New York PM session open in the UK is 6 p.m. So I'd like do that in my evenings, journal. I'd live stream once a week as well, and then like basically go to bed.
Yep, it's the grinds. That's the grind right there. We actually have some questions in the chat. Shivam is asking, Claudia, did you start with Forex or directly went to futures?
I went straight to futures. The beginning course that I started on was Forex, but I didn't place a trade while I was doing this course. I was basically just learning like what is a candlestick. Like when I started out, I literally knew nothing, and because I didn't have social media at the time, I hadn't seen anyone on social media, which I feel like is how a lot of people kind of get into it. So that was complete basics. I started on futures because I watched the ICT 2022 mentorship, and he predominantly focused on futures on that. So
yeah, no, that's similar to me. Like I traded Forex. Well, I first got started in crypto back in 2020, which a lot of people did that, which eventually naturally had me find Forex, which is where I found Forex prop firms. And then I kind of made the transition over to futures in 2023, which a lot of people did, because a lot of the Forex prop firms, you might not even know because you weren't around at that time, but they had like a lot of scandals. There were some rug pulls, and just kind of everybody migrated over to the futures market. And personally, I think you're very lucky that you're going right to futures, because it's just a better market, in my opinion. It has the volatility that's needed for intraday trading, and you just have way better execution, minimal spread slippage. Like having spread and slippage in Forex, for example, people don't realize that between spread, slippage, and commissions, over the span of 100 trades, the money that you are taking out of your P&L could literally be like the make or break on whether you're profitable or not. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's so important. So I think it's great that you went right to futures. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, I feel really lucky about that.
100%. So, okay. So it's 9:44. I mean, market opened. I didn't even realize that we had opens, and just immediately pushed up. So are you looking at anything yet? Like what are you seeing?
I'm not looking for something I'd like for a retrace into some sort of higher time frame PDRA, maybe like a 15-minute fair value gap or something. Nothing yet. I'd like to see some SMT, like sweep out a low with some SMT. That'd be super nice. It seems like we're going to be creating this bullish fair value gap on the hourly time frame, so a potential trade into that to push back up could be nice. I am just going to take a look at ES and see what's going on there.
You use SMT divergence?
Yes, yeah.
For me, SMT is one of the most powerful reversal signals. Like nothing beats it for a reversal.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what we have here. I'm gonna see whether we have any SMTs at the highs going on. So that 10 a.m. from Thursday has just been swept. Yeah, same here. On NQ, trading up into this hourly sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So I would expect some sort of rejection from this bearish PDRA going on here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, do you use a midnight price as well?
No, I don't.
Okay, cool. We
Would you
can maybe talk
recommend?
about. I do. Yeah, it's like huge for me. I have actually a like a mechanical trading model based around the midnight price as well.
Oh,
But
nice.
actually, yeah, real quick though, we have a question. What is SMT divergence? Do you wanna explain how you view SMT, Claudia?
Sure. So SMT is basically a divergence between the assets, and it's a great indicator of a reversal, especially if you have a higher time frame SMT. So something that I find super powerful is, let's say, so we're inside this bearish fair value gap here. I'll draw it out on ES. And let's say, for example, this high here gets swept on ES, but it doesn't get swept on NQ, and we're also inside of a bearish higher time frame PD array. That for me would be super powerful for some sort of reversal to the downside, obviously inside of context. So that's how I like to use them, inside of another concept, so like a PD array or something. That I find they're super powerful. Even on the lower
Yeah.
time frame as well, if you're looking for a move to push up after some internal manipulation, I feel like a lower time frame SMT is nice to indicate, okay, we're ready to go now. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, like I view price action as fractal. So what can happen on a 1 minute time frame could be just as relevant depending on your time horizon, on how long
Yeah.
you're looking to be in and out of a trade, right?
Mhm.
I can even give an example. I'll go to my chart real quick. We had a pretty clean example of SMT divergence, I think last week. I think I went over this in the morning, but okay. So if we could see right here, on Wednesday, October 15th, ES put in a high, and then a day later on Thursday around the same time, ES put in a lower high right here, right? And then we had this sell off. If we go to the
Mhm.
NQ and look at the exact same price area right here, that's that Wednesday, October 15th to the 16th. And Q made a higher high. So that is the price action divergence that Claudia was just referencing. If you're familiar with like RSI divergence or stochastic divergence, it's the same concept in the sense that you're looking for a divergence between price action and an indicator. But with SMT, you're looking for a divergence between two correlated assets. So ES and NQ is the way I like to use it. But this even works on Forex. Like you can use GBP USD and Euro USD because they're correlated assets. But that's the idea, and it helps mark reversal points, which you can see here worked beautifully on the 15-minute time frame. We got some people saying they took a short. I'm definitely not interested in a short just right now. But I could talk about midnight price and how I use it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so midnight price is the 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time opening price. So when we say midnight, we're referring to on Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
So this would be our midnight price right here. And one of the ways I use it very simply is a simple gauge for whether we are in a premium or a discount of the daily trading range. So if we're trading above the midnight open, I could see the market in a premium of the daily range. If we're below midnight, I could see it as in a discount of the daily range. It's important to say though that this is most useful for you in the first like 2 hours of the session, because eventually the reason behind this, I actually have tracked data, and roughly for the last 10 years, 70% of the time, the market has retraced to the midnight open in the New York session. So after 9 a.m., like roughly 70% of the time for the last 10 years. And in that time, like last year, I think it was retracing 84% of the time. So it'll fluctuate too on being really high probability and then lower probability. But, when you have data for 10 years that is consistent, that's something that makes sense to look at every day. So I use it as that. I often like trading the retracement back to midnight, but only in the first like couple of hours. I would be looking for maybe that 10 a.m. reversal into the midnight open. But it all depends. On a day like this, we're just very bullish. So, you might have a hard time getting that short. But what I do is I'll look for one of the first inversion fair value gaps in the direction of midnight. And if I could, again, just stack confluence, if we're inside of a key level, like I think you marked out that hourly that hourly bearish fair value gap right here. So help aid in this bias if we reject from this higher time frame PD array, and then if maybe we could identify some type of lower time frame SMT and then get an inversion, that is when the setup can kind of formulate. And again, just to trade towards midnight, it doesn't mean the market needs to sell off all day, but I know that roughly 70% of the time we do retrace here after 9 a.m. So that's the idea.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm definitely going to have a look at that in my data, because I have heard of people using it with ICT, but I've never tested it out for myself. So that's really nice to hear.
Shameless plug, guys. My YouTube channel, which is linked in the description of this video, I have a video on it. It's my most recent video. So
I'll have to give it a watch.
Do you do YouTube at all?
Yeah, so I've only just started out. I started off just doing live streams. So I used to live stream PM session every Tuesday, but now that I'm available for market open, I'm going to be streaming market open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays on my YouTube channel now. But I do post YouTube videos. I posted my first one super recently, so I'm trying to get into the swing of things. I have way more time to actually film and edit videos now, so yeah.
Awesome. I'll tell you from personal experience, when I started making videos, it's just another thing that helped my own trading, because you realize damn, I need to actually understand this if I want to. Like a lot of people can intuit, they understand something internally, but to be able to communicate it to someone you need a better understanding. So it could help a lot.
Yeah, 100% agreed. Another thing that's actually helped me is live streaming, I feel, because if I come onto a session and I say oh, I'm not looking for shorts today, we're at all-time highs, and then I could forget that I've even spoke that into existence. So if I go and take a short an hour later, someone in the chat will be like, you literally said you weren't taking shorts, what are you doing? And then I'll be like, oh my gosh, you're so correct. So everyone holds me accountable, so it's great. It's like having my own risk managers in the chat.
Yeah, no, 100%. I've had my fair share of making some embarrassing mistakes on stream in the past, and you know what?
Yeah,
you learn from it. Sometimes though, I will say streaming can also be stressful because you get trigger shy. You go do I want to take this trade? I got 60 people watching me or 100 people watching me, and you start to overthink yourself, and then before you know it, you missed a trade. So it's an art for sure, streaming.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Some people in the chat said, let me start streaming, then I will become profitable. I mean, I'm not saying it's automatic, but it could help.
I'm not quite there yet, but I'll let you know if that's the reason.
Yeah, true. We'll reach back out with Claudia in 6 months and see if it helps out.
Yeah.
You did get your first funded though. That's pretty cool. What firm?
Alpha Futures.
Hey, shout out Alpha Futures. We just gave away a couple Alpha Futures accounts. You know what? Just because
that's awesome.
Guys, before Claudia gets off, maybe at 10:15 a.m., 10 a.m., we'll run another giveaway, and we'll give away 2 Alpha Futures accounts.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. Make sure to like the video too. The more likes we get, the more I want to give out accounts. But all right, I mean, there's not much going on here for me. This is tough. Could I just buy and close my eyes here and maybe make it some money? Yeah, but I have no model. I have no model there.
Yeah, me neither. One thing I did want to ask you, have you ever traded in a government shutdown before? Because obviously this is super new to me and I don't really know how I should be acting. I've just been kind of going as normal, but I think a lot of people are de-risking.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have traded throughout government shutdowns. Honestly, I try to just stay away from even thinking about the fundamentals, because every time I try to make, a lot of people thought we were going to sell off when the government shut down, which in theory makes sense. Yeah, it'll probably sell off, and it does the exact opposite. So I just try to focus on technicals, because you can go crazy trying to make sense of the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This thing just goes up and up and up and up. It doesn't matter what news comes out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, not much. I have noticed there's been more volatility though. The volatility's picked up a little bit since the shutdown, for sure.
Yeah, which is cool considering we have no major news events.
Do you like a more volatile market? Like right now, the NQ is moving. I mean, just since the open, for context, guys, we've moved 500 ticks, 125 points in 5 minutes. So do you prefer trading with volatility like that, or do you like a slower market?
Honestly, for me, I feel like I prefer it slower because I'm so used to PM session. But then again, it doesn't make too much of a difference because I trade like super low risk to reward. So I feel like when you're trading
Same.
super low risk to reward, it doesn't make too much of a difference.
Yeah, no, well, actually, I would say when the market's really volatile, having a negative, I trade negative risk reward. So I risk like 1 to make 0.5 on average.
Oh, wow. No way.
Yeah, sometimes I go 1-to-1 or 1 to 1.5. I mean, it depends on the setup. But yeah, I mean, this is something I've changed up in the last year. So I used to be like a really high risk reward trader. I would have a very low win rate, like anywhere. My win rate used to fluctuate from like 25% on the low end to 40 max, but I would have an average R multiple of 3, you know?
Yeah.
And that works great. It works great. The math will make sense. The problem is what I've noticed with trading futures prop firms is they don't really reward like a volatile equity curve. And when you're taking a lot of losses in a row with such tight drawdown restrictions and trailing drawdown, you can really you can kind of cook yourself without even, you're not necessarily even like tilting or full porting, but you're just going to take you got to eat those losses before you get your big trade. And if you go on a losing streak, it's over. So I just naturally started lowering my R multiple month over month. And yeah, what I've noticed is the prop firms just reward a more stable upside equity curve, especially in the beginning. Like getting through the trailing drawdown is one of the toughest parts of futures prop firms. And if you can operate with a high win rate strategy, my goal is always to just get through that trailing drawdown and start making my buffer. And so I trade low risk reward, but it's a high win rate strategy.
That's so good to know. I might send people to your YouTube channel when I get like comments like, that's such a huge stop loss. And I'm like, yeah, because I trade low risk reward. So I might send them your way and say, it's like anywhere between 1-to-1 and 1-to-2, somewhere like that. But yeah, I'm going to send them your way and say, look at this guy. He's done it.
Hey, I'll show. I got payouts as proof too. So I'm not just a guru. I got valid payouts, guys. No, it's funny though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with 1-to-2. I actually love a 1-to-2. And I think a lot of people who are in their first year, I think 1-to-2 makes sense because if you don't have a really good grasp on technical analysis yet, and you try to trade a high win rate model, you just might not be, apt at technical analysis. Even if you're trading low risk reward, you could still just take loss after loss because you don't know how to actually read price. So it can be dangerous for someone that's brand new. But for somebody that they have their model, I mean, it sounds like even though you've only been trading a year or so, you can talk ICT well, like you see the terminology. So you might be able to do it, but I think you get what I'm saying. Like somebody that's newer, I think a 1-to-2 is great because it allows them to have some room to take some losses if they're risked appropriately. But yeah, if you know technical analysis, you can really begin to like exploit the low time frame inefficiencies and just like knock out base hit. That's my experience, at least.
Yeah, for sure. And I think also trading a higher win rate model when you're a beginner does build your confidence a lot more, I think, than the lower win rate, because I'm still in the process of gathering all the data that I want to gather, because you don't just click your fingers and you have 10 years worth of data on a model. Like, it takes a lot of time, but I'm still going to obviously trade while gathering that data. It's like a simultaneous thing. So I think gathering that data, seeing your model over and over, like win, and then in live markets you're more likely to see those wins, like feel how they feel to trade those and be in a trade that heads to your TP is so important. And if you're starting off on like that lower win rate, not that it doesn't work, like lots of people have like nailed that and done it great. Me personally, like my style of trading, and I think your personality comes into it a lot as well. Like I don't think I would have stuck at it if I was working with like a 30% win rate model. Like I would have just never like felt confident in my strategy, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's such a good point. Like that's such a good point. If you got to like have a strong mental resilience to take loss after loss and just eat it like that.
Yeah.
And I did it for years. Like I had my first profitable year with prop firms doing that. Like I had a 30% win rate, and my wins would make up for my losses, and it worked. But there were just so many times where I hit a losing streak and my accounts are gone because those loss after loss after loss eats up. And I would see so many of my trades go up 1R and then back to break even or back to a stop loss. And I was just like, what if I just took profit every time it went into profit, like reasonably? And let me just do that. And I think trading the high risk reward model actually helped me a lot to get good at negative risk reward, because when I was trading high risk reward with tight stops, I got pretty good at like being able to get an entry that will go into profit relatively quickly when I'm right. So I think that helped me with the negative risk reward scalping, because now that's all I'm trying to do is capture that first little move.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Shivam is asking, Claudia, do you have a mentor? Is it just ICT? Have you learned from ICT himself, or do you use like educators?
Yeah, so it's just ICT himself. Obviously, as I mentioned, there is someone I know personally. So if I have any questions, like I'll shoot them over, but I wouldn't class them as a mentor. Like we haven't like sat down one-on-one and like been taught things. Like he just basically said, watch ICT. And I was like, okay, and did it. So no, I don't really have a mentor, just sort of used ICT and like some YouTubers that I like, really.
Yeah, no, that's solid. It's funny. I did not learn from ICT. His teaching style is just tough for me to like, I don't know. I don't have the retention for it because
I think a lot of people feel like that.
Yeah, like I guess I'm just I'm a man of my times. I have a low retention rate. Like I can't sit there and watch an hour and a half unless it's like super focused. And ICT, he likes to go on his rants and they're interesting. But yeah, so I personally didn't even learn from him. I learned from people that trade his style. But either way, I mean, you're going right from the horse's mouth, so you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah, exactly. I think as well, it helped that at the time when I was actually studying his concepts and things and I was getting into it, I didn't have social media. And I think if I did, I would have found people who kind of like repackage his concepts and go through it quicker. So I feel like it made me more patient with it and like understand it's a process, because it takes you a fair chunk of time to get through that 2022 mentorship. It really does. It's a great dedication.
100%. Some people are asking, what is ICT? See, that's crazy to me that people don't know. It's a trading style. It's called inner circle trader. It's a popular trading style that kind of goes. It works on the theory that the market is controlled by a singular algorithm that is basically designed to stop as many people out as possible. But I will say, I don't actually subscribe to the singular algorithm theory. I think the market is controlled by a ton of different algorithms, but they have, they leave a footprint that we can recognize patterns and, find high probability setups. But that's kind of how I view it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when they come into ICT and he obviously believes what he believes and he proposes that it's run on a singular algorithm. And I think the thing which helps you take in ICT concepts and actually become successful with them is just like separating his views from his concepts, because like, to be honest, I have no idea whether it runs on a singular algorithm or not. And like, I don't really care if his concepts work. Great. Like I don't need to worry about it. So I think that's something people should consider, that his concepts don't necessarily define whether he's correct about what the market runs on or not, Yep,
I totally agree with that. Like at the end of the day, all I care about is if it works. And I'm telling you, like it works. The concepts work, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I think because the market's kind of slow right now, I'm not seeing a setup for him. I think, are you seeing anything, Claudia?
No, not at all yet.
Yeah, so let's do this, guys. Let's run another giveaway. Since Claudia's first funded account is with Alpha Futures, shout out Alpha Futures. Let's give away 2 more Alpha Futures accounts real quick while we wait for this market to maybe present a setup. Maybe while I get this giveaway going, this is what we're gonna do, guys. To enter the giveaway in the chat, I want you to type Claudia. So type Claudia to enter the chat or enter the giveaway. And while we're doing that, maybe you can give a little overview of what you are seeing right now, and I'll get this giveaway set up, Claudia.
Sure, no worries. I think what I would be waiting for to enter any sort of trade would be some sort of sweep of sell side, some internal manipulation. I'd want this kind of low resistance sell side that we are generating right now to be swiped out, potentially with some SMT as well would be really nice. So that's what I would be looking for down into this 15-minute gap would be super nice. We have this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, which I'm going to do in blue. And then targeting this buy side that we are generating inside of this SIBI for some like turtle soup action potentially. That's what I'd be looking for.
Can you give an example or like your definition of turtle soup? People love laughing at that name.
So my definition of turtle soup that I've basically picked this up off social media. I've never like watched his video on it, but so it could be completely wrong, but it's called something. Is where you are targeting. So let's say we generate a high here, we come down, we sweep out this sell side. So I'm then targeting buy side liquidity inside of an opposing PD array, if you like. So I'm targeting buy side liquidity inside of a bearish PD array is what I would call turtle soup.
Yep. Do you know the story behind turtle soup?
No, I don't.
I could give it to you while I set this giveaway up. So this is why the name turtle soup, why ICT coined it that. So back in the day, there were these hedge funds. There was a singular hedge fund that called themselves the Turtle Traders. And basically they made millions of dollars. Okay. So millions of dollars trading individual stocks. This was like an old school hedge fund, I think back in like the early 2000s. And they called themselves the Turtle Traders because what they did was buy daily chart candle breakouts of individual stocks, and they had a very low win rate. So they were doing like high risk reward, but pretty much all the analysis was buy a daily candle breakout of an individual stock and then use a tight stop loss. And they made millions of dollars doing this. So when ICT coined turtle soup, it was a little bit of like a play on that theory, right? Because turtle soup, you're essentially, in the case of like a bearish turtle soup, you're trying to short a breakout, right? So you're fading the turtle traders who are buying the breakout. And the theory was, I mean, it makes sense because the turtle traders talked about how they have a very low win rate with this, but they gave themselves, a high risk reward. So it worked for them. So it kind of he just flipped it on its head. He's like, well, if they're losing most of their trades with a tight stop, what if we just, fade that and take our quick move and get in and out? So it was like making soup out of turtles.
Oh, wow. That makes so much sense. I've never heard that before. That's awesome.
Yep. It's, I thought that was so funny when I learned that. All right, guys, I'm going to get this giveaway going. Do we want to do a duck race or pinwheel? Let me know. We got our entries in.
A duck race. I've never heard that one.
Oh, maybe we got to do a duck race then so you can see. It's pretty fun. All right, we'll do a duck race for the first account.
Oh, great.
So I'll get my screen back up. If you're doing streaming, you might start doing some giveaways from time to time. So yeah, I recommend this for giving away accounts. It's
great.
Fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll enter all these names. Okay, so we got our names. Now we'll set it to 30 seconds. All right, fam, are we ready? On 3, this will be for an Alpha Futures 0 account. On 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Yep. So who's going to take it? One thing I've learned, because I've seen so many damn duck races, whoever's in the front in the beginning, it looks like they're going to win, and then someone from the back just shoots up right behind them. All right, who do we got? Oh, see, there we go. Snowy.
Nice.
Shout out Snowy. You just won an Alpha Futures 0 account. I'm going to make sure I got congrats. I'm going to make sure I got your name in here. So what you're going to do, Snowy, is you're going to DM me on X. Okay. So DM me on X that you won the giveaway, and I will get you hooked up with support. And that's about it. That's all you got to do. So my X handle is I am Zarb. I just typed it in the chat for you. Just find me there, and yeah, that's all you need. Okay, I see Snowy in the chat. Cool. Yep. So just DM me on X, and we'll get you covered after the stream. So we hook everyone up after the stream. We could do one more. We could do a duck race again or pinwheel. Maybe we'll do pinwheel this time. Gotta get these new names in here. All right, guys, we ready? On 3. This again is for an Alpha Futures 0 account. Let's get it. Wow, sick name, dude. I am God. All right. You won, I am God. Let's go. Just let us know in the chat that you're here. And again, to claim your account, you're going to DM me at X. My handle is I am Zarb. Just typed it in the chat. So congrats to God for winning the account. Put this in here. And now we can get back to some charts. All right. So, I mean, we didn't miss much of anything.
We really didn't.
Bro, I'm telling you, I've been surviving in October, but October's been probably my toughest month in the last 6 months. Over the summer, I just went on a heater, took a bunch of payouts from Tradeify, from Top Step. I was having a great,
nice.
maybe 3 or 4 months in a row. It was just multiple 5 figures every month. But October, we're only halfway through, but a little more than halfway through, actually. It's October 20th. No payouts yet for me. And I think it's just been a weird market for me. It's just been weird. Were you trading on Friday? Did you see these equal lows that we left on Friday right here?
No, I didn't. I didn't trade Friday, but I did see that, and a lot of people were talking about it on Twitter.
Oh, it bothered the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We only just started the Prop Firm Match TV stream, right? So I've won every trade I've taken up until Friday. I was I was talking about this with John. John's our co-founder. He was on with me this morning, and I was just talking about how I knew it. As soon as I bragged about the fact that I won every trade so far on stream, I immediately ate 2 losses in a row on this leg up because I was trying to target these equal lows. But then I took one more short up here and made it back and with a little bit of profit for the day. But that's kind of how this month has been going so far for me. It's just we leave what I would see as clear liquidity pools, clear targets, and we just run higher or we consolidate and grind up. So yeah, it's been a tough month for me. I don't know how you've been doing in October.
Yeah, October's been tricky. I think towards the ends of September, I was struggling a bit, hence why I took that break. I think it was the first week of October I took the break, so I was back trading last week. Only ended up taking 2 trades, finding 2 setups. PM session was particularly dry last week, super dry. I think there was a total of 6 hours of me just staring and not finding anything, which is great. But I'm hoping now that I've made the change to AM session, I'll be able to pick up the pace, hopefully, before we get into that December price action.
I think you might, because PM session has just been awful lately. At least New York session, there's still been decent setups, but PM session has been brutal to the point that I can almost guarantee if I'm still trading after 1:30 lately, it means I'm red and I'm not having a good time. That's just what it's been.
Yeah, for sure. It's not been a fun time.
All right. We got some people saying that they have to go. No giveaway. Don't worry, bro. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we got a big sponsor for the stream, so make sure you tune in tomorrow. You're gonna have good opportunity. But yeah, guys, we got more giveaways to come. We'll do another one maybe when Claudia heads out. We got a few more accounts we can give away. We're halfway through, so yeah, stay tuned and make sure to like the stream. I'm not sure how many likes we're at right now. I know we hit 100 already, so that was pretty sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, all right. We got 15 minutes left. if there's a trade, I'm going to take it because, like I said, I do want to try and lock in a payout, but I can't force anything. What is your plan? Like after this, I know you're heading off at 10:30. Are you going to keep trading? Like, what's your day look like if there's no trade entry in the first hour or so?
I think I'll probably wait till around, like, once it gets to 11 o'clock, I'm like, right, okay, like, I'm done. That's it. So I'll probably wait around until around 11. If no setup presents, like, I'll just turn off and I'll head on to FX Replay and I'll get back testing. I'm trying to gather 10 years of data, so I've got a lot of work to do.
You definitely got some work. You got some work to do then, for sure. Yeah, check out the midnight price. If you're doing back testing, check that one out because there's some good data behind it.
For sure.
Where could they find you on socials? Some people say they want to follow you. I mean, we did put Claudia's socials in the description of this video, actually, guys. So you can find them right there.
Awesome.
Some people are asking if Project X is fixed. Do you know? Is your Project X working yet?
I honestly, when I went on, it was working, but there was a couple of announcements on the Alpha Futures Discord server basically saying that they recommend refraining from trading on Project X. So I think for today, I'll leave it and see how it is tomorrow.
Yeah, that's probably the smart thing. This is one of the reasons why, like, I love Project X for the lockout features, but you have that issue a lot.
Have issues. Yeah.
Yeah, where like Trade-Evade, I never have those issues. Virtually never.
Yeah. That's why I've got myself a couple of evals on Trade-Evade so that I can have the option if Project X is down.
Yeah, no, it's smart. I mean, I like to I copy trade my accounts, but I don't copy trade every account I have at once. I like to I call it risk syncing, which is something I've learned from JD Adastra, which is just like if I have two sets of accounts, I'm usually trading. I'm not one of those guys that has like 20 accounts at once, but I usually trade like 5 and 5, a set of each between two firms at a time. And what I like to do is I trade one set of accounts. I do well. Maybe I take a base hit. I just stop. And if I want to keep trading, move over to a different set of accounts. So then if I take a loss on those, it just feels better. Psychologically, you're still making progress and you're not giving up profits.
Yeah, I've actually seen people do that. That's a really good idea. I think when I get to the stage of copy trading, that's something I'm definitely going to look into. Right now, I have a 150k with Alpha Futures and a 50k. But the 50k has just been kind of sat there. I didn't know whether to copy trade it or kind of leave it as a spare in case anything bad happens to my current funded. So something I'll definitely look into.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
That's smart that you're not trying to be like the queen copy trader right away, because
no,
I know so many guys, so many people who like they've never taken a payout and they're copy trading 20 accounts. I'm like, bro,
yeah, exactly.
You gotta crawl, walk, and then run. Like it's so psychologically hard to trade that many accounts at once. You think it's not, but from personal experience, it is. Like I can't do 20 accounts. It's like too nerve-wracking for me. I like doing 3 to 5. You could make amazing money copy trading 3 to 5 accounts.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like my trading performance as well would actually turn out better if I had 10 accounts overall, but I'm trading 5 at a time. So you've got your backups just in case.
Yes. Yeah, facts. All right. I mean, we're starting to sell off a little bit. I don't know if I can call it a sell off, but we're consolidating. We're still inside this hourly bearish gap. So, I mean, we could get the midnight retracement. Like, again, I don't think this is out of the cards at all. A retrace to midnight. We kind of got like some relative equal lows right here. They're not perfect, but they're kind of stacked together. We have Asia session below us. Yeah, I mean, again, I just would like to see a reversion back to the mean. And then if you want to keep going higher, go for it. I can't do anything right here.
Yeah, I'm struggling to see anything sort of forming for me right now.
Chat, let us know. Are you in a trade? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Like, what are you thinking? I'd love to know. Let's just get general bias, bullish or bearish. Let us know in the chat. Yeah, there's not even like a 5-minute fair value gap in here that I can help. I like trading inversions, and the closest inversion
me too.
is right here.
Yeah.
We got a ways away. Like I just got to be chilling right now. I bet there's a 1 minute in here somewhere, but actually there's not even a 1 minute. That's so interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's one right here, I guess. But yeah, that's really, this is like the only area that I could start to think a long would make sense or a short if we get an inverse. Like this is kind of it. So what I'll be watching for is maybe either something like this to just continue trends. But I will admit I'd rather see this, I'm not going to lie, some type of retracement after an inversion and then just try and target midnight or maybe like these session lows. Again, that's not saying like I'm a perma bear. It's just a slight retracement on the higher time frame. So yeah, looks like everyone's like 50-50. I'm seeing bullish and bearish in there. Do you only trade NASDAQ? Do you mess around with like gold or any other instruments?
No, I just trade NASDAQ and ES depending on which I feel is stronger or weaker, depending on my bias. But I don't mess around with any sort of Forex commodities, anything like that. I have some money in like crypto and stocks, but I wouldn't say there's any sort of strategy with those. It's just like whatever feels great. And it's usually losing more money than gaining, but...
Buy and holds?
Pardon, what did you say?
Are you just like buying and holding? Like buying and holding spot? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much.
At the end of the day, it's just like buying the S&P or the NASDAQ these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same. I don't short crypto anymore. I mean, when I first started trading, I was crypto. That's how I got into it. And I was trying to
way.
Yeah, and I was trying to day trade crypto and it was just a mess. Like, I don't think crypto is that efficient for day trading. I think it's really tough to day trade crypto.
Yeah, I've never like given it a go, but I've heard ICT say in one of his spaces before that some people are successful with trading his concepts on crypto, which I find that pretty hard to believe, but that's pretty impressive if you're managing that.
Yeah. I know that. I feel like ICT, I think he hates crypto, right? I remember he was saying he wants to see Bitcoin hit 0. He was making predictions at Bitcoin.
Yeah,
I was
seen that.
I was like, all right, bro, I don't think that's gonna happen, but
yeah.
Someone asked Claudia, are you the secret Satoshi Nakamoto?
I have no idea what that is. Am I meant to know what that is?
That's the creator of Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
Totally. Just announced it.
100%.
Yeah, man, look at this. So, I mean, we'll probably make another high right here.
Yeah. I feel like I'm trading PM session right now.
I know. No, this is rough. All right, guys. Well, listen, when I know Claudia will be getting off soon, we'll get another giveaway going when she gets off. So just stay tuned. We'll run one more before we get into the market wrap up. Hopefully I find a trade at 11. I'm really trying to. Like, I want to trade, guys. I got nothing to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same, but I have a feeling I'm not going to find a setup in this, so it might be time for me to just turn off. I don't usually like to trade like past 10:30. If it's getting towards 10:30, 11, I'm like, right, that's enough.
Yeah. I had a time last year where 11 a.m. was like a really good time for trading for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was last year. But you know, market regime changes, and it hasn't been as good at 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, no news Mondays and Project X is down. Can't expect much. I mean, I don't think Project X has anything to do with the market, the way it's moving, but the no news Monday for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, my experience with no news Mondays, we do exactly what we're doing. I was talking about this with John when he was on just before. We just grind up because from what I see, the US indexes are like designed to go up, right? Like the market is rigged. It's always going to go up.
Yeah.
So on a day where there's no potential news catalyst, nothing to really drive it lower, and it's low volume, like it's just more natural for it to just slowly go up for the day.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Honestly, now that I've switched to AM, it's funny because Mondays for me trading PM session, I found a lot of success in, and I don't really know why, but I feel like it was nice. I feel like when there's a lot of volume in AM session, PM session tends to not really do very much. But when there's less volume, we're just generating loads of low resistance liquidity, I guess, which was nice to grab in PM session. So I found a decent amount of success for Monday's PM session, but I feel like now that I'm trading AM, Mondays may not be so favorable.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So, I mean, no trades for the market open session, guys. Claudia, what are your, before we get you off, what are your goals for the next, I don't know, 6 months to a year in trading? Like, what are you looking to do? Do you have any plans? Like, what are you thinking?
Main goals are to take a few payouts, as I haven't done that yet. I've just been trading my funded account pretty break even. So I'm aiming for my first payout, which will be amazing. Obviously, taking consistent payouts is a whole different ballgame to taking your first payout. So that's something that I want to reach. And then next step from there will be max allocation with alpha futures so I can start my copy trading journey. But that's kind of far off. Main goal for now is a few payouts. That'd be great.
Yeah, just nail that first payout.
Yeah.
Are you close at all? Where are you at so far?
Well, after my losing streak, I am in drawdown on my account. So I have a 150k account and I think my balance is like 149,100. So we're just below break even at the moment. Slowly working my way back up.
Does Alpha Futures, is their drawdown 6K or 4.5K?
It is 6, I believe.
Nice. We could also, I'll double check that on prop firm match in a moment. But yeah, I think it's 6 from what I remember, which is good.
Yeah.
So you
Perks
got
of
some
having
room
Project X, so they have it on screen for me.
There you go. There you go, guys. So yeah, I mean, we just ripped up again. All right, Claudia. I mean, it's pretty slow. I guess I'll let you go. We'll keep it moving here. And I saw some people say they'd love to get you on again. So maybe we could talk about that. It'd be good to have you on again sometimes. I think the chat really liked you.
Oh, great. Yeah, that would be awesome. Thanks so much for having me on. I've had a great time.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Come back anytime. And yeah, thanks for coming on. And good luck on your journey. I'll be following.
Thanks, Zach.
All right.
Thanks.
Have a good
See ya.
one.
Bye,
Peace.
everyone.
All right, guys. That was a good interview, man. I really like all the guests we've been getting. You know, I'm super excited this week. We got a few really, really good guests. Yeah, Claudia's cool, man. She has a good head on her shoulders, and she really is knowledgeable on ICT. For only trading ICT for like a year, that's pretty impressive. Honestly, that's very impressive. That's a W, Zach. Yeah. Claudia, having Claudia on, definitely a W. Yeah, that was awesome. All right, guys. So listen, I think we're gonna do our best. I mean, market's grinding up. There's not much going on. I really want to take a trade. So market wrap up is going to be all about me trying to find a trade if we can find something. But we're going to run a giveaway. We're going to run another giveaway, guys. So this is what we're going to do. We can give away 2 Blue Guardian futures accounts. All right. I'm going to think about a term for us to give, and I'll tell you guys in just a moment. And what we'll do is I'll do a little break, and we'll come back and announce the winners of the accounts. So we're at 112 likes. Can we get to 115? Let's try and get to 115 before we announce the giveaway. But I'm going to set this up right now. So to enter the giveaway, I want you to type match into the chat. MATCH. Type Matt into the chat right now. And what I'm going to do is we're going to take a quick break while you guys enter into the giveaway. And as soon as I get back in just a couple of minutes, we will announce the winners. So that's the plan. And stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, we back. We back, fam. That was quick, right? Told you. In and out. So I see we got a bunch of entries here for the Blue Guardian futures account. So I'll get that going right now. Just give me a sec. Let's get some music back on. Oh, no, dude. That is not music. We don't want that. Let's try something different. Try this one right now. Let's get this going. All right, keep the entries coming real quick. Give you a little bit more time to enter. We'll see who wins. I'm telling you guys, tomorrow you want to be here. Tomorrow you definitely want to be here for our sponsor. It's going to be some different accounts that will be given away. All right, I think that's enough time. I think we probably got some entries in here. Okay. All right, that's it for entries. So we'll do duck race for this one. And then if you guys want, we could do sentence for the next one. Oh, wait, we got to separate these real quick. Hold up. And then I'm telling you, I'm trying to take a trade, guys. All right. This music's a little funky, man. It's a little crazy. I'm going to change it. Today's been tough on NQ Benjamin, 100%. It really has. Today's been weird. I'm really happy I haven't taken a single trade because I would be kicking myself if I tried to short this. And again, I just had no long entries. All right, so we're going to set this 30 seconds. All right, we ready, guys? You don't need to keep entering match. We already got the names in. So let's do this. Right, drum roll. Let's get it. Who's got this one? Who's got this one? Let's go. I see Rohit Patil. That's a name I recognize. He might be coming up behind. I'm telling you. He might be coming up behind. We got Shivam up here in the front. Oh. Who's it going to be? Bam. All right, Dharmesh Bedready. Dharmesh, you are the winner of a Blue Guardian account. Dharmesh, you are the winner. So what you're going to do, oh, I need to get this duck noise out of here. Dharmesh Band ready to claim your account. You are going to DM I am Zarb on X. Okay, so same as always. Type in I am Zarb on X. Send me over a DM and you will get your account. We'll hook you up. Do a spin the wheel for the next one. Dharmesh, if you won last week, it's okay. Every week it's different. So, I mean, you're still valid. I appreciate the honesty though. All right, we want to run one more. We'll run one more, another Blue Guardian, and then we'll get to some charts. We'll do let's do the wheel. All right, let's see who gets it. Let's see who gets it. Come on. All right, Vi Legacy, you're the winner of a Blue Guardian standard account. W. Congrats, Vi Legacy. I saw I Am God almost won twice. I was about to say, there's no way. There's no way. But all right, perfect. Vi Legacy, you are the winner of a Blue Guardian account. Congrats. Let's get this going. Again, you're going to DM your boy on X. So DM me at I am Zarb. Just typed it into the chat again. Bam. So, all right, guys. Let's just let's look at some charts, man. Let's look at some charts. Siobhan, we'll do sentence next. We'll do sentence on the next one. So we will see. Where we at? We got 112 likes, or did we hit 115? Hey, we hit 115. Let's go. All right, guys, what are we going to do here? We're inside this hourly bearish gap, right? Like market's just ripping higher. It's just tough, man. It is tough, a tough thing to trade. Really is a tough market, man. But we got to be patient. I mean, are we just going to come up, take these equal highs? Is this all-time high? I think it is. $150 new record? Did we hit 150? I think we hit 115 likes, not 150. Listen, I want to smash records, hopefully at least every week. Yeah, we're at 115. Now, if we could get to 150, that would be fire. Guys, if you spam me asking for giveaways, we're not going to do them. No spamming the chat for giveaways. Yeah, we really got to be patient here. Oh, man. Just up, up, up. Hey, Benjamin, that's a good question. So Benjamin's asking if I could explain about the price limit rule that futures props have. He's saying, I don't know if it's from them or the CME. So it's kind of both. All right. It's kind of both. So the CME has a 5% price limit rule. So if the market trades anywhere within 5% down, if it passes 5%, the futures market, the CME will actually halt trading because it's just dangerous. Okay. People can lose their life savings like that. So they halt trading and kind of give everybody psychologically a moment to like chill out and recalibrate before people, just emotionally sell their shares or whatever the case is. It's meant for just like dangerous moments in the market. It rarely ever occurs, first off, but we have had a couple of times where we came close. So I think with futures prop firms, it's like if you come within 1% or 2%, depending on the firm, of that price limit rule of like a 5% down day, they'll halt trading. Even if the market's still open, the props will halt their platforms. And if you're sitting in a trade, you'll be stuck in it, or you'll be liquidated. So that's how it works. Again, this is like a rare thing. The market does not, you don't get these price halts very often, like not even once a year, Is it just Project X with issues? It looks like Project X is having some issues. I'm not trading any accounts with Project X at the moment. So, personal experience, I don't know. But Claudia said she was having some issues with Project X. All right. So, guys, we're just ripping. My God, we just leave wide open fair value gaps. This is just a tough trade, man. Yeah, today is not the day. I'm noticing even the chats, even the numbers on the stream are dwindling. I think a lot of people are giving up today. I think not a lot of people are having fun with this market. But we will do our best. We're gonna try to find something. I want to try to give out a trade. Dharmesh, no, because you want to give away today, you will not be eligible for the rest of the week. Garu says, yeah, I'll be here for the whole stream tomorrow. Yeah, that makes sense. I think a lot of people are probably calling it quits today. Yo, Zach, sup, bro? Josh is flat. Yeah, guy, I've been flat all day. Like, just for proof, I can show you. I'll go to my executions. Put on executions, labels. No trades. I haven't taken a single trade today since the market opened right here. Nothing. I think one of the most, just influential things you could do as a trader is you got to know when to just stay out, man. You can't force this. You cannot force it. I'm sure there's people, even people in the chat right now. I'm sure there's at least one of you that has blown an account because you just cannot stop trading and you were trying to short this or something. I'm sure it happened. That's how you there's a lot of people out there they're really good at technical analysis and they can find winning trades a lot, but they just can't stick to their rules, and they'll do really well for a couple of weeks and then they blow up. This is a common thing. So I really think one of the things that separates someone who can do this full time is being able to just not trade. I got nothing to do here. This is not my market. Watching live for the first time here. Have you recently started doing live? So, Sahid, I've been live streaming for 2 years. I live stream on ASFX TV, and but this is new. So Prop Firm Match TV is a new project, and we are going to be here. We're here every single day, Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. I will be here trading, and we have guests almost every day. We have John, the co-founder of Prop Firm Match, who comes on. It's been really fun lately. It's been really fun. And if you want to see people take winning trades, we have had a pretty good win rate so far since we started on the trades that I've given out. See, Garrow says, damn, I blew an account today. I told you, man, someone in here. Josh says, I've blown accounts in the past trying to trade something like this. Yep. Yeah, Josh, you've been doing a lot better. I've noticed your progress, bro. Today, 2 accounts blown and 1 passed. Okay, skibbity toilet. Blew 2 accounts and passed 1. I mean, if that was your goal, if you're trading aggressively to get funded, I'm not going to judge you for that. That makes sense. Garrow's also, you got funded on another account. Okay, so you guys made it work. Discipline is expensive. Honestly, Benjamin, I feel like you could flip that. Discipline is cheap. Being disciplined is not expensive because you save your money. You don't blow accounts and you don't have to buy new accounts. Having no discipline is expensive when it comes to prop firms, man. Sahid, that's really cool. To be honest, planning myself to start doing live. That's awesome, man. Give it a shot. Kelvin's in the chat. I recognize you, bro. What's up? How you doing? Please advice for new traders like me. I'll give you some advice. Dharmesh says, luckily Project X is down, or I may be blown. I may have blown an account. Yeah. At least that's something. Hey, but there's no excuse in Project X, guys. You have the most refined lockout settings that you could possibly have. Zach, do you have a meetup at Tampa? Yeah, I will be at the Trader meetup in Tampa next year. Yes, I will be there. Shivam says, tell us a story, Zach. What kind of story? A trading story? I'm trying to think of a good trading story. I mean, one time during FOMC, I took a short on the NQ, right? I was live on stream. I was streaming on ASFX TV at the time, and I wanted to short the NQ during the FOMC volatility. So I was like, okay, I'm going to trade small size. And this was funded accounts. This was not like an eval or paper account. This was funded. And I took a short. I meant to get in the market on 8 micros. So 8 micro NQ contracts. But I accidentally sold 8 minis. And the market sold off like 100 points. I closed my trade in a matter of like 30 seconds, but I was trading like 3 funded accounts and I made like 12 grand in about 20 seconds. And it was a complete accident. That's a funny FOMC story. Kelvin, if it was today, you're going to receive your accounts later, after the stream, we handle it. If it was on Friday or something, you could DM me on X and we'll get the team to look into it. Shabam says I had the opposite story. Yeah, I mean, I've had the opposite story as well. Trust me. That was just the fun story. Imagine breaching an account while you're live streaming. I've done it, man. I've breached accounts while streaming. Trust me, I've done it, and it's not fun. As I've gotten better at trading and better at streaming, I don't really blow accounts on stream anymore. It is entertaining, though, sometimes. What are my top 3 futures firms? That's a good question. So first off, when it comes to futures firms, I stick with anything that is listed on Prop Firm Match, obviously, because Prop Firm Match actually checks the financials of these companies and makes sure they are solvent and capable of paying people out. So that's number one. I always go to the futures section of Prop Firm Match, and I only stick with listed Prop Firm Match firms. What makes like a futures prop firm in the top 3 for me is a couple of different things. So number one of the most important things for me is payout speed. Okay. So payout speed is huge for me because I hate sitting around for 24 hours, 48 hours, waiting for my payout to get approved. Okay. So that's like number one. I want quick payout speed. So for that, one of my top firms is Tradeify, which is listed here on Prop Firm Match. They have a 4.8 rank review on PFM. Now they've only been in business for a year, but they've really just kind of surpassed a lot of firms in just a year. They treat their traders very well. You could have a 750K max allocation. And again, for Tradeify, if you guys do want to go with them, they're one of my top recommended futures direct funded firms. You can get 30% off with code match. So that would be number one, I would say, for my in my top 3. For number 2, my second favorite futures prop firm is actually going to be My Funded Futures. I really like My Funded Futures. Again, they have all of the things that are important to me. So they have good customer service. They have very quick payouts. Again, quick payouts is like number one. It's more important than anything for me because listen, this is how I make money, guys. I need to make sure I'm going to get paid out. I don't want to feel like my work is going to be, I can work on an account for a month and then not get a payout. So that's number one. Great customer support My Funded Futures has. They have a good Discord community, and they don't have the biggest discount, but you can get 5% off with code match, which is honestly the best you can get with them. They're a top tier firm, so they don't do like huge discounts every day. I don't think there's anywhere else to get even 5% off. So code match will get you a discount on My Funded Futures. They also have a good option of platforms. And then for number 3, my third favorite futures firm is got to be Top Step. It's got to be Top Step. A big reason right here, you can see on PFM, 10 years in operation. I mean, they created the funding industry. They were around before FTMO. So, bro, like you got to give them credit. They've been able to make this work for 10 years. There's no firm that's been around longer than them, not even FTMO. So that's number one. Their payout speed is quick. Okay. It's not as quick as like Tradeify and My Funded Futures. With those two firms, I'm not even kidding you. I am not exaggerating. I have been paid, like my payout approved and paid and hit my Rise account within 15 minutes with those two firms, with My Funded Futures and Tradeify. With Top Step, they have quick payout speeds, but it's not that quick. You're usually waiting about 24 hours. The thing with them, though, is I'm comfortable waiting 24 hours for Top Step because I know they're going to pay me. You know what I mean? They're going to pay you. So that's pretty huge. So I would say those are my top three. Those are my top three in order: Tradeify, My Funded Futures, and Top Step. Let me know in the chat, what are your three top future firms? I want to get like a gauge on what the chat thinks. As a new trader, I began with 5K challenge right now. Please advise how to manage well. So with a 5K challenge, you have a really tight drawdown. You got to just risk small. If you're a new trader, I would say utilize the prop firm for its intended purpose, which is to help you learn how to trade in a simulated environment. So risk really small, man. That's my best advice. Risk 0.1% and give yourself a chance. Don't try to full port. Don't try to pass the challenge in a day. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. In the 0-50K account, no, there is no time limit to pass. Make the new stream series for FX2. We might be doing that. I think there might be some plans to get that going. Can't say anything for sure. What's my take on Take Profit Trader and Trade Day? So I've never traded with either of them, full disclosure, but Take Profit Trader is, from what I've seen, great. One of the best things that they have is daily payouts. So you can literally take a payout on your first day on the funded account. That's pretty epic, you know? So I think they're one of the only firms that does that. And they pay people out. So TPT, I definitely rate, and Trade Day. I believe Trade Day is on here. Let's see. Yeah, Trade Day is listed on Prop Firm Match, and they've been around for 5 years. So, I mean, just at first glance, listen, if they're on Prop Firm Match, I trust them enough to pay you out. And you can also get 30% there. Again, code match on all of these firms that are listed. Man, guys, we're just ripping up. I mean, damn, I got nothing. Did we not call this though? So I talked about this again. Let's go to Forex Factory. There is no red folder news event today, nothing. So it's a no news Monday. What do we tend to do on no news Mondays? We grind up without any pullbacks, just slow grind up. That's what we have done since the open. All we have done is grind our way up slowly. So listen, it's been a pretty boring price action day. It really has. You know, not every day is going to be super exciting. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. Yeah, guys, for the giveaway account, you're not going to pay no matter what for the challenge fee. You're not going to pay for the fee, the challenge. Man, guys, I really wanted to get a good trade on Monday, but I'm at a loss. I can't do anything here. Maybe 11 a.m. will clean up a little bit and we can get something. Satish, thank you, bro. Keep improving on risk management. Yep, that's the key, man. Risk management really is everything. Without that, you have nothing. And I'm telling you, just risk small. Risk 0.1% per trade. Like that'll give you, how many chances does that give you with a 10% drawdown? You have like 100 chances, right? That's how the math would work. You give yourself that amount of room, you have better odds of making it work. It's going to take longer, but it's going to work. Imagine passing a giveaway account and getting huge payouts all for free. I mean, that's the dream. I've seen some cool examples. I've seen some pretty awesome examples of that happening, actually, Garo. Shabam says, I'm going to do that in interview with Zach. Hey, listen, if any of you guys get a payout from a giveaway account, I will happily interview you here on Prop Firm Match TV. I would love that. That would make my day, man. Man, what are we going to do here, guys? How many ticks has this thing moved since the open? All it's done is go up. From the low to the high, we've moved 200 points, bro. 800 ticks with virtually no pullback, no sweep of liquidity, just up. Benjamin just out here drinking tea. We're just waiting, bro. Just being patient. What should we do, guys? Should we like full port an eval just to feel something? Maybe that's what we got to do, because I mean, we got nothing. Yeah, should I full port an eval? We got to do something entertaining, man. No setup, no trading. Let's do that. I mean, that's what I should do. That's what I should do. Oh, wait. I do have some evals, though. Oh, man. I totally forgot. I have a couple of My Funded Futures evals. Let me log into my My Funded Futures account. I totally forgot about this. I actually have some evals already that are kind of close to passing. All right, guys. Also, we're going to run another giveaway because we still got an hour. Markets are not moving, so we could run another giveaway. What I want to see before we run is I want to see us get up to 125. Can we hit 125 likes? We do that, we'll run another giveaway. And in the meantime, I'm going to consider this. So I have 3 My Funded Future evals. And I used code match for these to get the 5% off. They also have a cool thing right now. They have like an add-on where usually your payout cap is 1K per account. But right now they have an add-on for free. You just click it at checkout. It's totally free. And you will get a 3K payout cap instead. So, okay, we're on micros. I think we should just do this. We should just take a short right here. Let me log in here on Trading View too. Now, guys, I'm going to take a trade, but I want to make everyone understand it's just an eval, okay? We're going to see if we can try and get these evals passed. We might just keep going up, but we're going to go for it. Oh, wait, let me get my... Wait, how many can I trade? Up to 3 minis. Let's get them up here. Oh, wait, I know what I got to do. I got to fix this with the copy trader. There we go. Should we go for it? No. So I think with My Funded Futures, that's not true. You could withdraw into your buffer. All right, we're going for it, guys. Screw it. We just did it. We're in short 10 micros, 3 accounts, and all we're trying to do is just pass the eval. Again, this is an eval, okay? I would never do this on my funded accounts. I just want to say. This is just for entertainment purposes. We'll see if we can capture 25 points. Yes, it's a short, guys. It's a short. Yeah, Garo, this would be more of a scalp idea. Guys, there's not a whole lot of analysis here. I just think we're much more likely to come down 25 points before we go up 75. That's all I'm thinking. Again, evals. Again, this is a little bit more boredom than anything. I'm not going to lie. We also have an unmitigated fair value gap right here. Let's see if we can spot one. I see a 15-minute right here. Again, could we just get a pullback to this 15-minute gap? We have one right here. And we have one right here. Ideally, we could reach into this one, but we'll see. Yes, not financial advice, guys. Not financial advice. Full port. Let's go. Maybe put TP at the 1 minute consequent encroachment. Yeah, we could do that. The 1 minute consequent. I don't use consequent encroachment. That's like, it's too complicated for me. All right, while we get this going, I do see we just popped. So we got a few more viewers back in here. So we should run the giveaway now. So let's see. Let's also refresh. Let's see where we're at on likes. We're almost here, guys. Hold up. Let me refresh this. All right, we're at 120. We got 40 people watching. We just had a nice bump. We had like only 20 people for a minute. So while we're full porting this account, let's run a giveaway, fam. Let's get another giveaway going. No analysis, no financial advice, but full port. Again, full port evals. Remember, guys, evals for me, like, it's not this thing where it's make or break my life. An eval is just an eval for me. It's just a business cost. It's not a big deal for me. All right. All right. What should we give away? What do we got left? Let's see. We got one alpha futures account we can give out. We have one top one futures account we can give out and 2 Blue Guardian. Let's do Blue Guardian. Let's give out 2 Blue Guardian accounts. I think that's the move. Look, we're kind of popping lower. We'll see. I feel like we could just get a move down here before we get all the way up another 100 points. That's my goal. All right. So in honor of me full porting these my funded futures evals, let's do this. To enter the giveaway, I want you to type full port into the chat now. Type full port into the chat. Zach, are you co-founder of Prop for a Match? No, sir. No, I am not. That would be John, who was on with us. He was on at 8 a.m. and he's going to be coming on a lot more. John's one of the co-founders. All right, I see these entries coming in. Let's go. We'll go until 11:07. Man, ripping right back up. Jeez. Looks like we're going to make another new high. My God, dude, it just never stops. All right, we got 5 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll copy these. All right, that's it for entries, guys. We'll get these in. Nice. We got 55 unique entries. All right, we'll spin the wheel. We'll spin the wheel. All right, this is going to be for a Blue Guardian Futures account. Okay, fam? Blue Guardian Futures. Shout out Blue Guardian Futures. Remember, if you don't win, you can still get the best discounts on PFM with code match. Here we go. Let's do it. All right, there we go. RP Singh, you are the winner of a Blue Guardian Futures account. Let's go. So to claim your account, what you are going to do is DM me on X, okay? My X handle is IamZarb. I just put it into the chat. Congrats, bro. Let us know you're in the chat that you're going to be able to claim it. You're going to DM me on X. IamZarb. I just put it into the chat. POTUS says he didn't claim. We'll give him a second. Again, all he has to do is DM me. It's only been a few seconds, bro. Yeah, we'll run one more. Yeah, I think he's here. I think he's here. You guys want to do sentence? The thing is, when we did sentence, some of you have different internet connections, and it's you're seeing a different, different person who goes first. I think we got to stick with the wheel. How are we doing on this trade? Nothing. My God. It looks like we're going to make another high first. Yeah, we're going to do the wheel, guys. I think the wheel is the fairest option. So let's go for one more Blue Guardian Futures account. Let's get it. Oof. All right. Chuck Galask, you are the winner of a Blue Guardian Futures account. So claim your prize by DMing me on X, okay? DM me on X at IamZarb, and we'll get you hooked up after the stream. All right. All right, we'll leave it at that for now. Man, this trade, I mean, it's not like it's looking terrible. It's just there's nothing to do, man. Jesus. I don't know. I think as long as we can survive for the next hour, I think we can get a little sell-off down to this gap. These accounts are already like halfway through the target too. So if I take a couple of winning trades, I'll have them passed and funded. Okay, we're definitely going to make a new high though first. Like it seems pretty obvious. We're going to come up. We're going to take this high. Again, guys, I just need to keep saying it. I would never recommend doing this on a funded account or a live account. This is an eval. We're trading evaluations. Oh, did you see that? Damn. Okay, we just took that swing high. Looks like a little volatility is coming in. What's going to happen? Are we going to get a sell-off now with a little bit more volatility? Who just saw that? That was quick. All right, let's give it a moment. Let's give it a moment, guys. At the moment, this is kind of looking like a sweep, but we really need to break this low for it to be valid. Hey, there he is. You're welcome, Chuck. Again, DM me on X at IamZarb, okay? That's how you're going to get your account. Do I have a stop loss? No, because it's an evaluation. So we're just letting it run. We're trying to see if we can just hit 25 points. Zach, drop NQ. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. Come on, guys. Blow on the screen for me or something. We need a magnet in here. Let's get a magnet up in here. Come on. This will help, right? This works. Maybe that'll do something. Denise, this account does not have trailing drawdown. It doesn't have intraday trailing. It has end of day trailing, but that's fine. Throughout the day, it does not trail. So yeah, I got nothing to worry about in that regard. Okay, it looks like we're going to break these lows at least. Okay, here we go. I need that. Which account is it? So this is a My Funded Futures Core account, which honestly, My Funded Futures Core, I want to keep everyone watching this trade for now, but I could go over it in a second on Prop Firm Match. The My Funded Futures Core account, it only comes in the 50K option. It's actually one of the best deals on the market. There's no activation fee. It's a one-time purchase. It has end of day drawdown. What else is great about it? I mean, My Funded Futures is just a solid firm and really quick payouts. It's one of the best accounts in the industry, in my opinion. And again, they do have a code, so you could use code MATCH and you can get a discount on it too. Bro, Zach, please explain types of drawdown in prop firms. So for futures prop firms, you have end of day trailing drawdown or you have intraday trailing drawdown. That's really it. So I prefer end of day trailing drawdown. And the idea is that your max loss limit will trail up as you make profit until you reach your buffer, and it will only trail at the end of the day. Okay. So at 5 p.m. Eastern, it will trail up if you made profit until you make your buffer. Once you make your buffer, it doesn't trail any longer and it becomes static. But intraday trailing drawdown is a little different where, for example, if this was an account with intraday trailing drawdown, even though I have not realized any of these gains, my drawdown will have trailed with my profits. So it's a lot harder. They're just harder to trade, intraday trailing drawdown accounts. It's objectively harder, and they are a lot better for people that are scalpers. So if you're a scalper, you could do okay with the trailing drawdown. I more prefer end of day. It's just easier for me. Zach, what if it turns out to be a reversal point? Then I'll be very happy, bro. If I mark the reversal here, I'll be hyped. I don't know. I'm still cautious. We just tapped into this 5-minute gap, right? So like if the market wants to just keep grinding up, this is where it's going to happen. Like we could totally just hold this 5-minute gap and make another high. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping we come into this 15-minute gap, but we'll see. Just for fun, guys, just for fun. What's the most underrated skill a trader needs to succeed long-term? You need patience and discipline. That's number one. If you don't have patience or discipline, it doesn't matter how good your technical analysis is, bro. Like you will get cooked in the market if you just can't deal with the fact that you're going to take losses. That's the key. That's the freaking key. I know a lot of people who are great at technical analysis and they could find winning trades over and over, but they just can't accept losing. And then they blow their accounts because they had a red day. They just can't handle it. So that's really one of the main driving forces that causes people to fail. You just got to be able to accept a losing day. And you can, when you're trading with prop firms, you can like utilize little cheat codes, right? So I'm kind of doing a cheat code right here. I don't want to trade my funded accounts in this market. It's not my style. This price action is not the type of market I make money in. So instead of risking my funded accounts, which are very close to another 10K payout for the month, why should I risk it in low probability conditions? But if I still want to, like, if I have the urge to take a trade, you know what I mean? Like I have that compulsion, I can just trade an evaluation in the meantime. Because at least then, if I fail the eval, it's fine with me. Like I'm somebody who takes payouts consistently. Buying an evaluation is just a business expense, so it's fine. So that's like a little cheat code for me, so I'm not as tempted to trade my funded accounts. The magnet is a cheat code. We'll see. We'll see. We're back at break even now, so I don't know, man. It's not looking great. We'll see what happens. Add more magnets. Okay, let's do another magnet. You're right. You're right. We'll do another magnet. Now we got double. I swear, if this thing fails with 2 magnets, I'm cooked. This looks so bad when it's going up and I have 2 magnets down here. Josh, I'm trading a My Funded Futures eval account at the moment. My Funded Futures. Oh, I need the hammer too. Yo, you're right. We need the hammer. We're just going to go overkill. You know what? No, I'm going to drop the hammer when I really need it. So if we make a new high, that's when I'll drop the hammer, which it looks like it might happen. The magnet needs to be paired with the hammer. Okay. If we make a new high, I'll add the hammer up on the chart. Come on, man. Just sell off. Sell off for me. Just give us one good sell off to that 15-minute gap. Come on. Did I move this 15-minute gap? Yeah, it's actually down here. Here, hold up. There we go. Dude, this looks so bad. L entry. I'm with you, Shivam. Nope, it's going right back up. My God. Losing evaluations does not count on the win streak for funded accounts on stream. We still have had all green days on the fundeds, okay? Evals, different story. Let's take a look at ES, see if we could find any confluence. Maybe there's an SMT divergence somewhere. Oh, there is. There's a big SMT. I didn't even realize this, guys. Okay, this might not be as bad as we think. So NQ is making a higher high where ES is down here with lower highs. That's interesting. Do we have a higher time frame SMT as well? This could be helpful for us, guys. So, okay, I think NQ also took this high, but let's double check. Yeah, it took the highs, but we do have a low time frame SMT on the 1 minute. So it's something. It might help out. It might help out. Oh yeah, hammer now. Okay, fine. Yeah, let's hit the hammer. How do I find the hammer in here? Okay, here we go. What's up? I've never used the hammer, bro. Okay, come on. Go. Down. Oh, it's kind of working. Come on. Okay, let's see. I'll keep hammering it if it goes back up. And you guys want me to have the bear, bro? This chart's going to look insane. If somebody who's never watched this stream comes on right now, we're going to look ridiculous. Come on, man. Come on, NQ. Just give us a drop. Gotta hit it. Gotta hit it. Come on. Come on. Damn, it's actually working. Yeah, I need a Trump tweet or something. We need some volatility in this market. Oh, damn. Garrow took a screenshot. Bro, tag me on X on it. I'll repost it. It's also, I think it's time for a little nicotine, you know? We got to do something to keep active. This is the time Trump tweets something. I hope. Dude, I just want something to happen. Listen, the rest of the week will be good. I think let's take a look at the economic calendar. Hold on. Okay, let's take a look at the economic calendar real quick. All jokes aside, guys, we're just having fun, okay? This is not how you make a living trading. We're having fun with an eval. I feel like I have to keep telling people that. Okay. So Monday we had no news. Tuesday, also no USD red folder news. Damn, that's interesting. Wednesday, no news, no red folder news. Thursday, no. Oh my God, this week might be chopped. We don't have red folder USD news until Friday. That's kind of insane. Damn. I'm not sure what to do with that. You know, the only thing I can think is when there's absolutely no news all week, maybe the markets will find reasons themselves to move. But, you know, when it's only on one day, a lot of times people will be like waiting to enter positions until the news the following day. But when the market has no news for pretty much the whole week until Friday, people might find other reasons to enter and exit positions. But this is why we look at the economic calendar, guys, because this is our roadmap. Okay, this is the roadmap for when volatility is going to be injected into the market. So we got to pay attention to that. I mean, this hammer's doing a lot of work here, bro. Damn, Andrew Tate did the hammer once. Oh my God, this did not work. Guys, it's not working. Oh my God. This is not working. Get back below that swing high. My God, dude. Just leave it, man. I mean, I am leaving it. I'm not touching it. Everyone's saying Trump tweet. Yeah, but we don't know when he's going to tweet. We'll run another giveaway in a minute because we're getting close towards the end of the stream, and we got a couple more accounts we can give away, guys. Oh, there we go. Okay, we popped below that swing high. Come on. Oh my God. What are my average monthly returns in total? I mean, it's different every month, Smart Tech. It really is. For context, the last few months, I've made over 5 figures every month. For like the last 3 months in a row, I've made at a minimum 10K, with my highest month over the summer being 32 grand in payouts. And that's verified. I've posted this stuff on Twitter, so you don't have to take my word for it. All my payout proof is on Twitter, so. But that's average. That's like, that's a good summer for me. I had a good summer. There are other months where I make maybe a couple grand, 4 grand, 5 grand. There have been months this year I made no money trading, which is not, that doesn't mean I did anything wrong necessarily. That's just the reality of trading. You're not going to make money every month, unfortunately. The thing is that when you're locked in and you are trading well, you're going to have those months that, they outweigh those red months and they kind of make up for it. So. I really feel like we are going to get this sell off at some point. Hey, Zach, X Hydra. Hey, X Hydra, what's going on? How we doing? All right, guys. I mean, no trades today. I'm going to get ready to wrap up. It's 11:30 and it's slow. It's a no news Monday, guys. There's not much going on. Hopefully the rest of the week is going to be going good, and we'll take more trades. Now, I could go to my X account. I think I've screenshotted all of the wins we've taken this week, though. So this was Friday. If you guys were here on Friday, these were all my trades. So this was on stream right here, right? You can see my executions. We took 2 L's in a row. Boom, boom. Then we eventually were able to get them back on this trade, and we ended up being like up $50 for the day. And then I took 2 more trades. So you can see I have an execution here. There, I took a break even, and then I took 1 more winning trade, which got us up 280 per account on the day. So that was a solid day. And this was a tough day of trading. This was Friday. So we ended up making it work. Here was the day prior. So these are my 2 trades on PFM TV. So we took a little short here. I think this was Sanjeev when we were chatting with Sanjeev during the market open. We took a short here, quick little scalp in and out. And then we also hit this one on this 5-minute inversion fair value gap setup. This was a really nice trade. And we were up like almost 500 per account. I've been posting every execution on here. Here was the trades from the 15th. So again, really, I mean, I had a great week, even though it was tough trading. Just 1 entry all day, come up, we inverted this 5-minute gap. We created a 15-minute bearish gap, and I got short on the retest, in and out, and we were trading down to midnight, which is one of my favorite entries. Let's see, I think there's one more set of trades right here. This was the first stream with Forex Icon. If you remember, we took a long here with Forex Ike. Quick little retest into this bullish fair value gap, just following trend, in and out, little scalps, base hits. Then we ended up catching a short because we had a rejection of the previous day's value area low. Quick short, mean reversion, bam. But yeah, solid week, man. It was a good week. So I think, listen, the week is young. It's only Monday. It's a no news Monday. We got all week to take some good trades, and hopefully I could request this payout on Tradeify. When you have hosts, are they the one trading or is it you? Well, I'm here always, and I'm always trading. And then when we have guests, we don't make anyone trade. We can't force someone to trade if there's not a setup. Like Claudia was here today, which was a great guest. But neither of us took a trade because there were just no setups. You know what I mean? You can't force a trade. We're not here. Like, this is the most I'll ever do on a slow trading day. Maybe I'll trade an eval just to do something, but I can't force trades because that would not be, that wouldn't be good practice here. We're real traders here. Yeah, I am God. You have not missed much, to be honest. All right, guys, I did promise one more giveaway before we head off. So let's run that real quick. We'll run this giveaway. What do we got left? We have one Alpha Futures account and one Top One Futures account we can give out. So let me think about this one. Shivam, have you won an account this week? I don't think you did. I'm going to hook up Shivam because she is, I don't know if it's she or he, but you are in the chat. You are number one every single day. We got to give you credit. So I'm going to hook you up with a Top One Futures Elite funded account, okay? I want to reward people that are active in the chat, making moves. Shivam is he. So Shivam, you deserve it. We're going to hook you up with an account, okay? You are number one. So Shivam, you will get a Top One Futures 50K account. And again, I think you follow me on X already, but just DM me on X at @IamZarb and I will get you hooked up. And then number two, Benjamin, I was just thinking about you, bro. Number two in the chat is Benjamin. And I know you haven't won an account yet. So we're hooking up Benjamin with a free Alpha Futures account. Okay. It's all you, brother. You are great in this chat. You ask awesome questions. So, you deserve it, man. We're going to hook you up, Benjamin. Again, just get at me on X. I am Zarb, and we'll get you hooked up, bro. You deserve it, man. No problem. No problem at all. I got you. For Top One Futures, the way it works, Shivam, is there is no fee for the challenge, but if you pass, you would have to pay the activation fee. So let me know now. If not, I'll give it to Garo. Because Garo is also super active in the chat. Let me know real quick before we head off. SB King, don't worry. I got you. Come back tomorrow. I got you. All right. We're going to give it to Garu then. Garu 2.0, you will get the Top One Futures 50K account. Got you covered, man. Again, just DM me on X. Guys, that's what happens. We have a tight community here. As we grow, we want to reward people that are active in the chat and here every day. And you guys, the names I've said, you guys are here every day. So big shout out to you. But all right, fam, I think we're going to leave it there. Let me take a look at this trade one more time. I mean, what do we do? There's nothing to do here. No more magnets, no more hammer. We done. We gave away all the accounts today. We'll be back tomorrow. We got a big announcement on the sponsor, so stay tuned for tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow is going to be really fun, really good time. So we'll be back. I'll update everyone on X if this trade ends up hitting. I think it still could hit. We're coming back towards my break even. So we'll see. We'll see. And yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to leave you there. Okay. We will be back tomorrow, same time as always. John will be on at 8 a.m. and we'll just keep going. We'll keep going. Just wish me luck, guys. We're trying to lock in this payout this week. So, all right. Peace and love, chat. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.